This is what
For sure
happens,
there's no
Fuka.
need to be in the middle at the time.
This is what happens when you decide to pick on the DM. The DM picks on you. All right. I'm still.
We're picking on him, but
I want to make
okay.
it very clear for those fans out there watching this on YouTube, all one of you. Just as a heads up, I hate CK3. I'm protesting it now. As long as we understand this, Wolf, I know that, I accept that, and I tell you to go fuck yourself.
What the hell? I thought
He
he
didn't
liked
even finish his
CK3.
sentence.
No, he said I hate you. I heard him.
Oh. I thought he liked CK2.
No, CK3.
I love
Three.
CK2. I don't like the idea that they're putting out another game for without finishing up Imperador, which is fucking still
Yeah.
broken. God damn it! I
Oh.
spent $60 on.
He's
That's
pissed
fucked.
off because Imperador is dying and CK3 is like stealing aspects from Imperador to make it better.
Well, actually, no.
mean,
CK3 was started before Imperator. Actually, they just used the engine to test it with them when they were making Imperator to see if they could do something with it. So it makes that game as basically a testing product, which they should have only sold for $20 if that was gonna be the fucking case.
So is Sandbox then?
Yeah, kind of. It was an engine, something to test the engine, and now they're only now are they releasing the DLC to do the Punic Wars, and that'll be coming out next year.
The Pubic Wars. My
It's like
favorite.
I had to wait till I got DLC to get the Punic Wars. Fuck you, Paradox, for this bullshit.
Pubic Wars.
It's like, why sell this game if you were just gonna use it as a fucking
They did the same thing with March of the Eagles.
March of the Eagles? What the fuck's that?
Exactly.
Never even heard of that. Oh man.
Oh god.
Hey Wolf, I
Like
found an
Russians
anime
and
you might
Ukraine.
actually like. Finally, it's science-based and it's legitimate. They teach you how to make gunpowder without having a lab. Yeah, you should look up Dr. Stone.
Oh god, not that anime.
No, Dr. Stone's pretty badass. All right, he made
I know.
electricity from literally nothing. He figured out. He goes through the exact thing of how to make gunpowder using only natural resources available to him in a world basically tossed back to the Stone Age. He makes soap from fucking seashells. I mean, this is legitimate survival shit, and a lot of it's actually backed up. I was quite impressed. So yeah, Wolf, if you get a chance, I mean, the first few episodes have been actually pretty interesting.
Well, gunpowder's pretty easy.
Not when you have literally no resources at your hand. Like, you only have the natural world.
It's easy to find saltpeter. It's easy to make charcoal. After that, all you're really missing is sulfur. And even that's pretty easy to find.
I don't know. I just think you'd enjoy the show. There's a lot of stuff that he makes that's quite entertaining. From crafting glass and finally being able to cast iron and make electricity and all that. It's just quite interesting. Although some of it's a little stupid, I will admit that.
Everything's a little stupid.
I mean, it's an anime. You can only expect so much before they have to put a little filler in there to make the plot somewhat acceptable to the common person like Tren.
What?
Otherwise, Tren would get bored with all the science stuff. Although, Tren did outsmart me and Fuka this morning. I give him credit for that.
Yeah, he told me. He's very proud of it.
That he figured out what a lithoid is.
Oh, no.
Yeah, me and Fuka couldn't remember what lithoid was. And Tren goes, "That's rock. That's like rock people." I'm like, "Oh, and fucking so it is." Who knew?
I like to thank my my teacher I hate and my physiology and anatomy class. Thank you.
Fair enough.
For putting knowledge into my brain hole.
Oh, don't worry, Tren. When you get in about 2 years, when you're graduating, you're not gonna remember 90% of it.
Probably.
I still can't remember how to do even the basics of geometry, like how to find area of a square, or the diameter. I know diameter is area doubled,
I very
but
much regret taking this class.
The area of a square?
yeah. Well, what's the area of a square? What's the equation?
The length times the width.
See,
Dude,
I didn't know that. I can tell you the basics of how to make your financial statements better. I can go through and quote GAAP requirements. I can go through and read pretty much anything financially, as far as equations as well. But fuck you, I don't remember geometry. I hated that class. The only class that stuck with me after high school was forensic science, and that's because I like the idea of being able to hide and get rid of a body.
Of course.
Hey, you know what? The Oregon Body Farm's a thing, and I can't wait to go visit one day. What?
Nothing.
Yeah, Fuka, I feel like you're judging me.
What? Me judging? No.
Fuka,
that's
I'm gonna
every
shove
time.
a scorpion pop up your ass. And
Can
yes,
you
I
do it
still
to
have these.
yourself first?
No, I won't eat one of these. I'm afraid now that I found out they're a natural laxative. I don't need that. I've had laxatives. They'll fucking suck.
Alexa, how far can the human asshole stretch? Alexa, how far is Alexa?
7 times the original diameter.
Oh
Okay.
god, stop.
So,
Without ruining it.
what's
Oh
the
god, I don't
diameter
want
of
to
an
know this.
Alexa?
Stop.
I literally just happened to know this because of a Facebook post, and I got curious to see if it was true.
Oh my god. That's disgusting.
Well, hey.
Disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Now you know, Fuka.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
How do you
Shut up.
figure guys with, like can size or like full on pop can sized dicks deal with that? You know, they got.
Dude, I only
Stretch.
do it. I don't want to think about it. I just do it and leave.
You don't want to think. You don't want to know about the science behind your day to day life.
No.
God, you're in the wrong group then. Oh man.
I'll learn about the science of my day-to-day
I don't
life,
care,
and-
Trent. Don't you dare say anything that'll make me cringe and disgust.
Well, look up docking. That'll make you cringe and disgust.
No. I know what the fuck that is. No.
Funny
Google
enough.
what that
Doc-
is.
Well, did you just ask Fuka to dock with you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
Wait, no. See, now it's not
No.
actually possible unless one of you isn't circumcised. So just as a heads up.
Fuka,
Hold
are you
up.
circumcised?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, if either of you, or if both are circumcised, you can't do docking. You have to have someone who is not circumcised because you have to be able to
Look, I'm
stretch the
fully
foreskin
aware
over.
of how to dock. Okay.
I just want to make sure it's clear to our viewers and, Twitch, who's probably going to ban me off this platform soon.
Yes. Because of your that's the exact reason.
Although, to be fair, if I haven't gotten in trouble for running Hitler space sex assimilators, then I don't think I can get in trouble for the basic concept of sexuality based on a health
Look,
class.
It's okay. We can just stream off Grinder.
Nah, man. No, I got one better. I'm going to switch over to Mixer, with all the fans out there.
Let's just
Not.
stream this off of like Pornhub.
There we go.
Just in there.
You mean, so like what Ninja did when he switched to Mixer because he couldn't get any fans on there.
Basically, just like
Also, enjoy the
wholesome
mug.
D&D content off Pornhub.
Never forget the mug. The mug that gained Wolf the ability to eat people.
Jewish Tinder.
Jewish
That's a thing?
Tinder.
I don't know, probably.
No, okay, now I gotta Google this. All right.
Oh my god.
We got 7 minutes before game starts, so all right.
Wait,
Jewish
That's better time to
Tinder.
eat something. Be right back.
All right. Yeah, there is an app for it. It's called J-Swipe.
Get the fuck out.
It's a Jewish dating app. No.
Get the fuck outta
Legit,
here.
Fuka. Look, I'm gonna post the link. Yep,
Oh
J-Swipe.
my god.
There you go, guys.
It's an actual thing.
I am so downloading that because remember something. Here's actually a good piece of advice. If you ever want to get into the Jewish like synagogue or become Jewish, you have to marry as a male to a female a Jew because you're only Jewish if your mother was Jewish. That's an actual legitimate thing. In the
So, was
yes.
your mother Jewish?
God no. Although my family is Jewish, I found out like going far back.
Oh god.
Apparently that's one of the reasons we left Germany.
I don't find that hard.
Let me guess. And Wolf's parents are probably Nazis. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, there's you haven't heard the whole story that Wolf's great grandfather was like a Nazi general of the SS and commanded great respect among the people.
I don't find that hard to believe.
Nope.
Not true.
Not at all.
It's not true at all, but I mean that's been the backstory of Wolf
I mean,
for me.
our family.
Yes, go ahead, Wolf. Let's condemn yourself. All right.
I'm not condemning myself. We came from Germany.
Yeah.
You can just
Like,
Rican.
and there were so many. Like my last name Weiss. It has one S in it.
Mm-hmm.
It used to have two, and there were so many Weisses in Germany, that moved over to Wisconsin
Mm-hmm.
that it screwed up the mail system. So like half of us just took an S off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you, I don't know. For those who get the irony in that, you know, the Weiss is with the double S. You know,
SF.
remember the SS. But no, I mean, as far as that goes, yeah, because Wolf didn't we found out that like my family's last name of it was spelled slightly different from yours, correct?
I
Because I thought that was something I asked my great aunt while you were up here. Because yes, my German ancestry are also Weisses or Weiss, whatever the hell it was.
it's pronounced Weiss.
Yeah, but we spelled ours differently because I think ours is based off of a white flower.
Well,
Ba-dum,
no,
bum,
I mean
ba-dum.
it's just white. That's
Mm.
what Weiss means. It means white, but it's spelled with two S's in
Mm.
German. Well, it's spelled with the S set,
Yeah.
which is two S's. Because English doesn't include S sets.
That's because the Germans aren't technically based on the Latin language. Their Germanics are based on the Celtic, more the Celtic derivative and more Gaelic. That's why a lot of the language is different.
Gaelic.
No, it's Gae, not Gay.
You're Gaelic.
Wolf, if you're German, so are you.
Oh shit.
Ah!
Yeah, because you're Celtic, which means your ancestors were pagans and did not take after the Latin language.
Hey Fuka, guess who's gay now and ready to
Oh, Fuka, run.
Waiting for Don-
Fuka, run. Fuka, don't
I
forget
am
the night of.
trying to-
Do not forget the night of the couch breaking. Run.
Captain, permission to
Oh,
talk.
God.
Permission to
I
come
missed that
aboard.
night. That was a fun day. Day we had.
No, it
Permission.
wasn't. I nearly died.
Hey, I got laid like hell that night, so it was a good day for me. Oh man, God, that was a fun week. Oh man. Also, you know, thanks to Fuka, he has made sure to be my sexual conscience, and reminded me why I don't go off to random strangers' houses at 7 a.m. while they're drunken on Adderall.
Why?
Well, you know, 'cause she was drunk on Adderall.
Well, nice.
Yeah. So, you know, wait, Fuka almost died? No. Yeah, oh yeah, Fuka almost died when Fuka was here in Portland. No, I did get laid that night, many a times that night, to Fuka's dismay, because the headphones were not quiet enough.
No, they weren't.
Even though he used
And
my
I don't-
studio soundproofed headphones.
Motherfucker, you were. You.
It wasn't me you were
weren't
hearing.
silent at all. Yeah, I heard your grunts. You
It was
weren't
not me you
silent.
were hearing, I
heard
promise
your
you that.
grunts. I
No,
fucking heard your
because
grunts.
that's the one of
I
the things
heard your
Rachel
moans.
mentioned to me is the fact that I was completely dead silent. That was not me you were hearing, Fuka.
Oh god. Hey. Oh god.
Guys,
Yeah.
Trent, FAP 1.
What?
Wait.
No.
Bam, 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 bam.
I'm
Yeah,
confused.
dude, I've been watching African basketball and FAP 1, and I'm
Yeah,
very excited.
yeah. One of the team's name was FAP. The other one was like BDSM
I had
or something.
money
I
on
don't remember
FAP,
exactly.
and they were the underdog, so I just won some moolah.
Because you were gonna
So you
FAP.
fapped to success?
Dude,
Oh
that's
my
like,
God.
yeah.
Okay, when do I become a rich billionaire because of this? I do it every day.
You gotta see now. You need to understand this, Trent. You're not old enough yet to bet, but soon, one day, or unless you can find a sucker at your age group, then it's not illegal.
I mean, dude, I'm up like $400 this week, just off gambling, off sports.
Oh gods, I don't even want to
okay,
bother.
we're in. It's me and like 3 other dudes in this house, and there's this little chalkboard in the entryway in the
Mhm.
kitchen, and I've just been putting my bets up here. on this chalkboard, it was like the welcome home kind of message.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Wolf is treating Fraz to burritos.
Only
I'm
if Fraz,
impressed.
only if you let Wolf take a picture so we know what you finally look like. Now that we know what everyone else in the group looks like. You are the only one who has remained
Why can't I post
mysterious.
photos?
I imagine Fraz
You can't
looks
post
similar to
anything
that
in
of
this
our
chat
user
because
chat.
Trend's a little shithead and what kept spamming, so I finally got tired of it and put everyone off posting photos. If you want to post, go post in the other chat.
You suck.
Blame Trend.
I'm gone.
Yeah, did.
Okay, making sure.
Y'all suck. Everybody suck.
Love you too,
Especially
babe.
Fuka sucks fat ones.
I don't know. I don't know what Fuka's preference is on that.
No, I don't suck at
Fuka.
all. You're going to have to make
Trend,
me.
or Fuka, I got a question on that actually.
Then I might have an answer. What?
All right, so in that case, I mean, do you have to do like neck exercises or anything like that?
Dude,
How far
I
are
am
you?
not.
You're
You're going. I am a fighter, okay? I am a
How
fighter top.
far
Unless
do you-
unless it's someone like Wolf.
Wait, no,
size
no,
and
no.
literally knock.
You
What?
told Tren that you or Trin that you were a power bottom. So
Power. No, no, no. I did
mhm.
not. I did not tell her I
How
was a power bottom. I told her I was a switch.
Oh, that's right.
how much do you practice every day by shoving the toothbrush deep in your mouth?
Trin? No.
I mean, he can't answer that, Tren. You're too young. So let's say the question was asked by me.
Answer, DM?
I don't really want to know.
No.
I'm gonna be honest. All right, let's start the stream, guys. We've been missing out on a lot of D&D. It is finally happening. We finally have the group back. Mostly, Robert's the only one missing at this point. We don't know where Robert went off to. He's vanished. We assume he's dead. So it's back to the fearsome foursome. I mean, I don't know if it's fearsome.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah.
I think Zopip's about the only one that's feared at this point.
Excuse me.
I mean, you kind of got the shit
Apparently
talked out of
not.
you by Tiberius, but all right.
Yeah. Prince.
Yeah, I don't recommend
Called
fighting
me
him.
a commoner.
He did. And you can go watch that. For those who are watching at home, you can watch that on YouTube.
Bro, this dude
You know what? I'll
is
just
super salty.
hang on.
I'm
What?
gonna take a
No, not you. Well, it has to do with you, but I
What?
can just message you. You can continue.
You're texting me something?
Yeah,
Please don't text me things.
I will text you things.
Why am I being That's a lot to keep track of. I can't do this. I give up.
Oh, just shut the hell up.
Trent
You
is the new
freaking
DM.
idiot.
All right.
Sweet. Alright.
Go on. You know, that's not a DMing thing. That's just you saying all right. You know, that's like the little white kid who finally gets put on the field and, you know,
Alright.
walks out and then gets smacked in the head with a football and passes out for the rest of the game.
Okay. Alright. So. Alright.
Speaking
So.
from experience, DM.
No, I never played football. That did happen to me in basketball. I didn't pass out, but I did get a basketball bounce off the rim, smack me top of the head, and I dropped to the ground, looked at the guy, stood up, went over, punched him in the nose, and then I literally tripped and fell on my face. So, it was the most glorious lunch I had ever had. It was an indoor recess. It was so bad.
That was fucking hilarious.
No, we cannot. And we never
Yeah,
shall.
That kind of figured.
Not unless you start up a JSwipe account, Fuka, and I want to see how this goes.
But I don't have any Jewish people in my family.
You can be Jewish. Just say you are.
He's black. He could never be.
Or you could
Jewish.
also convert.
You know, they say that about Irish people, but apparently there's a thing actually called Black Irish. I did not know that.
Wow, you fucking racist.
No, I mean I didn't know
that's
that you
not
could be
racist.
black in
not
Ireland
racist,
or
it's
at the
just
like back in the
Wow.
time. Well, because Ireland didn't like or was very white. I mean that was just a normal thing back in the day. So I didn't know that there was actually black people in Ireland.
Yep, there are.
It's like it-
All right, D&D.
Oh, okay.
Woo.
Fine, you know, I was enjoying that train of thought. All right, last time we left off, the group had done a little bit of politicking with a light session, trying to get a little hold of what was going on in the world. Last time it was just John, Nimian, and Aaron, along with X. Of course, 10X is still off with Kilxius, traveling the world, exploring, learning things, probably killing a lot of people. The usual stuff. Unfortunately, the party was addressed by 3 messengers from the New World after the massive earthquake and time rift that someone in this party may have caused, and it was not Nimian. Due to this, with the 3 ambassadors arriving, we came across the glorious and lovely Prince Tiberius, who everyone just joyfully was ecstatic about.
Execution.
Who also had Aaron's father as a slave in chains, following around with his own little guard. We had Prince Ogain, the prince of the third prince of the Dwarven Empire, who had requested an alliance, and with an extension of X marrying Prince Ogain's older sister, an alliance has been cemented. In exchange, that troops will be sent over here to help with the High Elf Emporium. Alongside that, afterward, or with the vice versa, being that the Dragon's Gate Kingdom of the Grim Legacy will send reinforcements to the Dwarven Empire to push the Orc Scourge out of their long lost territories. I've had 4 cups of coffee today, guys. My speaking is my head's going faster than my mouth is at this point. Shut up to whoever makes a sex joke out of that.
Damn it.
Give me one moment. All right. After this, we also had a meeting with one of the Knoll ambassadors, Blacksnow, who had come to an agreement with the people, or with the Grim Legacy, to settle his people and create a new couple of cities/towns in the Grim Legacy's northeastern quadrant of their territories. Not in the city itself, but outside of the city, creating new farms and bringing their magic as well as much of their culture over to the Grim Legacy's territory. In exchange, that they will serve in the military and work under the Grim Legacy's nation. With all that going on, the party then decided to rejoice, relax, and kick back. John heading back to his underground, a little empire that he has been building, to more find out what was going on in his spider web. Aaron returning to his quarters to consider the marriage alliance, as well as what to do with Tiberius and how to free his father. And lastly, Nimian would go out to try and go and put moves on Prince Ogain. Each, unfortunately, would come across instead a character of interest, one being a guard that would be protecting Aaron with golden eyes, who would wait till the other guards were gone and basically begin to make their move, while Aaron continued to look over the papers for the day-to-day work, because Zopip is useless, John is gone, and Nimian, well, it's Nimian. John, of course, would get cornered, unfortunately, by who he thought was Prince Ogain for a mere second before the creature came to his actual form and the golden eyes were shown as he opened up his cape and showed the 4 dead bodies of his guards to the entrance to his little hovel. And Nimian, who was chasing down Prince Ogain to go flirt with, instead running into his elite bodyguard known as Hugor Stone, who looks a lot like the High King, surprisingly enough. And yes, there might be some concept of Zeus in this factor. This Hugor Stone would then later try and start charging after to find Prince Ogain, in which case, something else is huge on you. God damn it. Hugo would continue running around searching frantically for Prince Ogain, slowly luring Nimian into a back alley where there were no guards, and revealing his brightly golden eyes. One of the most prominent features in a species that Zilpip has fully come to understand what this is, and the party is rather worried now. To give you an idea of what these creatures are, each of them has found out that this is each creature that has kind of cornered them is a Rakshasa, minus Zilpip, who's off in his lab, that of unpenetrable boredom overall.
Boredom.
That's what I call it.
Fair enough.
When I can't send villains into there, it's boredom to me. The party is currently cornered. Zilpip's off in his lab, and they have no other choice but to do something. Now, Wolf, as the most experienced D&D player out of this group, has given his party some advice on how to deal with this situation. How they deal with this will be their decision. I will mention that what these are, being known as the Rakshasa race, these things are dangerous, diabolical, and not set up for a single player at below level 13 to even take on. Even at level 13, I would still recommend having a good amount of party members because these are a tricky kind of beast, and they're very smart. And we shall return to the game. I'm going to start at the top with the most important character of the group and the most likely to die today. Aaron, let's go. All right, so Aaron, as you are sitting in the night sky is starting to darken, stars starting to pop up, and the city starts to quiet down with a few lights here and there popping up. You notice that it's rather quiet throughout the castle. You don't hear the normal explosions off in the distance coming from Zilpip's Mud Mountain. The city itself doesn't seem to be as bustling as it normally is. And you notice that something feels off about the castle itself. Not only is it rather quiet, no bustling of servants or anything like that, but something seems weird as you look down at your large oak desk in your personal quarters, where you see a map laid out of the city as it's being constructed and rebuilt, and stuff being added onto it, new defenses being prepared, reports on the day-to-day military matters and the guilds themselves. As continuing to look through, you suddenly start to hear someone moving behind you. What sounds like clinking of chainmail is slowly approaching you from behind. What would you like to do?
Do I have my sentinel on me?
It is currently sitting against your bed where you normally put it on the small little rack with your armor. You are currently in your nobleman's clothing.
Alright, I'm gonna immediately just shoot up, grab it, and then get ready to wreck some ass.
From what you can tell, you cannot get your armor on quick enough. This person is in the same room
No,
as
not
you.
the armor. No.
Oh, you're gonna make her play for the sentinel?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, go ahead and give me a dex saving throw.
Saving throw.
Mhm.
That would be a 15.
All right, as you manage to barely dodge out of the oops, one sec. Out of the what seems to be something that swipes at you, something long and pole-like. Shut up before any of you. I don't want to hear the jokes. Fucking hate you assholes some days. You know, as you kind of get a glimpse to your side, you manage to see that it seems to be one of your guards with a polearm in hand, but something seems off. Their armor seems normal, but they're shorter, almost dwarven, almost true dwarvish size. Now, while many of your guards are mixed between half elves, half dwarves, and various races, the predominant seems to be half dwarf amongst your troops, at least with the castle guard. Seeing as you had a lot of armor already pre-made for the people of this size, due to the fact that this did used to belong to an elven ruler. Let's not forget all the elves that died to obtain this castle.
Worth it.
As the guard takes another swipe at you, you manage to pick up your last sentinel, and let's see if this actually. Without your armor on, what's your AC? Do you know?
No, I don't know. I can unequip it real quick.
Yeah, you want to let me know?
Yeah.
10 plus dex. 10 plus dex.
Oh, 10 plus dex? Then it'd
Yes.
be 12.
12. All right, as he takes another swipe at you, barely missing as the polearm goes off to the side and scratches onto the bed, cutting a good piece of what looks to be marble from the frame, completely off the bed itself. The guard continues to almost fully outright attack you for no apparent reason. What would you like to do?
So,
Fuck him up.
I don't have.
You don't have
my-
your armor on. You are only carrying all you have in hand is the last sentinel itself.
And he's got a pole.
Mm-hmm. A
Okay.
polearm.
Pole arm. Like what kind of pole arm? We talking spear?
Nope. It looks to be. Oh fuck! Now you're gonna actually make me pull it up. God damn it, Tren. Why would you do this to me? Oh, Zopip will be back in a mere moment, as he has gone quiet, for those wondering. Let me pull up the item, because I didn't have the name of it off the top of my head, and I'm totally not buying for time at this current moment just because I can't think of what it's fucking called. Where the fuck is this stupid item? Oh, Halberd, that's the name. God damn.
It's just a halberd? A
Yeah.
normal halberd.
Yep.
Fucking
Okay.
Colbert.
Okay.
When you forget names. Yes, so as the Halberd continues strike, what is your plan to do?
This man attacked me. Just now.
Yes, he looks to be what's probably a size of an actual mountain dwarf or hill dwarf. You're not sure, but he's definitely not a half dwarf. He's too
I'm
short.
gonna attempt to disarm him.
Okay.
Would that be strength?
That depends
What
on.
does disarming strike say?
What? Oh, yeah, actually, good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have the
Disarming.
disarming strike.
Do I have the
I
disarming?
think you have it.
I
If you-
don't have the disarming strike. I was like, just yeah, no, I don't have that.
So,
I didn't think I'd be able to do it. Like,
how are you
Just
disarming him?
Master.
I kind of wanted to like grab onto the pole arm maybe, and then try
Mhm.
and trip him.
Okay, so yes, that is going to be a strength to see. Well, let's do shit. Let's do a dex check to see if you can actually catch the weapon itself.
Okay,
Because I guess you don't. Yeah,
That-
you don't have disarming strike.
that
Well.
would be 18.
Welcome back, Zolpip.
All right, as you manage to grab it, you manage to grab hold pretty heavily and hold it, but this guy seems to be almost outstrengthening, or seems to be stronger than you, as he's slowly starting to move it, but at a very with a lot of extra effort.
Hmm.
What would you like to do, Aaron?
Well, I'd like to trip him now.
You're gonna trip him? All right.
Pretty sure tripping strike
have
is
the trip
also a
attack.
thing.
How-
Okay,
I have
so
I do have the trip attack.
Okay. Is that a save for him then?
It would be it must make a strength saving throw of 17. On failure,
I
he'd
love
be
this
knocked
dice.
prone.
don't you also attack him?
Yeah, well, I would have to attack him to do that. but
Okay, go ahead and
I don't
make an
have the-
attack.
Okay. Unarmed strike, since I don't have a weapon on me, so plus 9, 13 plus 9.
13 plus 9, and you do have a weapon on you. You have the sentinel. You're holding this at this
I
point.
thought you
So
said I didn't get it.
no, you've got it.
Oh, okay.
You're holding it.
Okay.
You just couldn't
Okay
get
then.
to your armor.
Okay.
All right, yeah, go ahead. So yeah, make an attack with your last sentinel.
Okay. Do you want me to? Okay.
Well, just feel free to add it.
1d10. Which one's the D10? Fuck my life. There we go. Okay.
Now, is this an attack, or are you doing damage to him to trip him?
I'm kind of trying to do non-lethal.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. I probably would be doing lethal because a random stranger guard comes up
Mhm.
and tries to fuck me up. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna roll for damage. Okay.
Okay.
So that would be 8 plus. Wait. 4d plus. Okay. That would be 8 plus 5.
All right. That does not hit.
No, no.
Oh,
for
damage-wise?
damage. I said didn't I say the hit?
Oh yes, sorry. My apologies.
Yeah.
Doing math in my head. All right. Let me grab that. All right. So as you smash into him, you manage to cut away. The armor doesn't actually seem to. As you start to cut into it, the armor doesn't take any damage or notable breaking or anything. It seems kind of weird. Like almost as you hit the chainmail, you see a slight bit of blood for a second. But the chainmail looks undamaged completely, which is not normal for your when you hit someone with your last sentinel.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, he's got to do the strength saving throw now.
Actually, that's the fun thing. Because of the fact that if the target is larger or smaller, is the only time when you can do this. This creature is the same size as you. They are medium.
I'm pretty sure it's like
And if the target is wait, damage.
Oh no, that's if they. Oh no, you're right. You are
Yeah.
correct. They automatically fail because that's only. It must make a strength saving throw if it's larger or smaller than you. So that means it's an automatic hit. Oh fuck it. I'll just do the strength saving throw. It'll make it easier. Do. Oh, fuck me. Oh, now my dice decides to roll badly. All right, with a 6, I assume that's a failure.
Yeah.
As you manage to trip the creature, it seems to drop to the ground with a loud grunt, dropping its weapon, or releasing its weapon, and now you have both its halberd, which seems to almost vanish as soon as the creature lets go of it, and now you are holding nothing in the air, well, except for your last sentinel.
Do I get an opportunity to attack on him though? 'Cause he's prone?
He is
Is that what it
prone.
means?
Yeah,
Does
go
that
ahead.
mean I get an opportunity to attack him?
Sure.
Sweet. Okay. Like.
Also,
okay.
TM, it's large or smaller, which means large, like to as
Larger.
small as
Okay. So that would
No.
be
Oh, yes, you are correct. Okay, I see what you're saying.
15 plus 9. Does that hit?
No. Yes. God, I gotta
Okay,
remember to
then
count.
damage. 1d10
When
plus
coffee
5.
doesn't make up for
1d10 plus 5. That's a 7 plus 5 plus what's that?
7 plus 5, that's 12.
Okay, plus another 5.
Okay. That is 8 or 17.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do a 1d4 for the forehead tap, the little.
don't forget the advantage in this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, he already hit him, so he doesn't have it need to
Also,
bother
don't you
with
get
advantage.
3 attacks?
He does.
Level 10?
yeah, oh yeah, I do. Okay, so let's see. For the little forehead tap, wouldn't that be 1d4 plus my attack modifier?
Yeah, strength attack modifier, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then so that'd be sorry,
Mm-hmm.
math. So I don't know why I can't count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's counting on
Okay,
his
8.
fingers.
Yeah, no. I don't know why I couldn't do that.
Papa Zilpip's not here to do your math for you at this point. It's okay, Tren.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. And then are you going to continue
and
to
then-
attack now that you've
Yeah,
got
I'm
him
gonna
on the
do-
ground?
I'm gonna do 2 other attacks.
Okay.
Would I do that at advantage then?
Yeah, you are
He's
still on
prone.
advantage.
Yeah.
Because he is prone.
Okay.
What'd you
so
say, Wolf?
I said yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 13 plus 9, and
That hits.
that's a 7 plus 9. So
That also
I get
hits.
advantage.
That's 9.
That was for one of the rolls. Just advantage.
Mm-hmm.
16 plus 9.
That hits. You don't have to roll again.
Okay.
You might get a nat.
I might get a nat, so
Feel free.
19 plus 9.
It
Damn it.
still hits, but okay. Go ahead.
Okay, now I gotta roll damage. 1d10 plus 5. That would be 7 plus 5.
Okay.
that?
That's 12 again.
Okay, another 5.
Tren, that's 17. I've been walking you through the same math problem 3 times, buddy.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Math. Yay, fun. That would be 6. Okay, so this is not 17. It's 16 this time. Look at
Okay.
that. I figured it out.
All right. So that's all 3 attacks, correct?
That's all 3 attacks. Yeah.
So as you continue to slash into this creature or guard or whatever this thing is, you're not at this point sure. You see the helmet finally gets knocked away, and you look under it, and you realize who it is. You recognize this face. The scruffiness of it, the rough exterior, the older-looking gentleman, and the slave collar around its neck.
Damn it.
Your father is looking straight up at you in extreme pain with a bloody nose and cut marks all over as the chainmail. You start to notice the chainmail was starting to separate as you kept slashing down at him.
Oh.
And he's just looking up at you, completely silent. Make a perception check for me.
Yeah, sure.
Shut up, Wolf.
18 plus 7.
All right.
He
So the
has
first,
collar on still, right?
yes, you do notice the collar still on there. You notice the gemstone is glowing blue. Just one moment. Let me check something. His eyes
it glowing blue
are,
again?
his eyes are still are glowing, seem to be of a blue tint. His skin is kind of a paler color with his hair being slightly a brownish, almost with a slight hint of gingerish red. And he seems to be looking up at you, just trying to almost pleadingly, but with his mouth completely quiet. It doesn't seem that he can talk.
I'm gonna just pick him up and then just hug him. Big old hug.
Okay. As you go to hug him, wrapping your arms around him, I'm checking something. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, sure. Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be a 6.
Okay. As you just go to hug him, I mean, you start to remember all of your memories of how great, how your father was this great man and how he, protected you throughout your life, but also took you on these wondrous adventures through caves and, tombs, searching for minor artifacts, nothing too dangerous, understanding your inexperience, but also wanting to take into account how, take care of you. And as he does this, or as you start to remember all this stuff, you see that the collar is actually kind of cracked from your where you were hitting him constantly, and you start to formulate the idea that you might be able to break this thing.
Do I know what would happen if it broke?
You have no idea. You've never seen a device like this, but if it's not seeming to hurt him as you've been breaking it or slowly cracking it. So
And he seems okay.
Yeah.
Like
well,
he
other
just
than the
has
fact
the
that he's
cat-
mute
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
he's
and
been
I've been-
cut up pretty badly and he's bleeding on you, yeah, he's fine.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna tell him to just lay kind of right there, and I'm gonna keep wailing on that collar. I want it off.
Okay. Go ahead and make a just one more attack for me. Let's see if you can do it without advantage.
Uh. So you just want me to do an
Mhm.
attack with advantage on the collar?
Mhm.
Okay. That would be 16 plus 9. Does that hit?
Yes, it does. So give me some
Okay.
damage.
That would be a 9 plus 5. So,
All right. As it starts to suddenly,
and then another. Well,
yeah, I
okay,
gotcha.
Yeah.
As it starts to crack, it finally it breaks and it snaps and seems to give your father a slight jolt for a second and then falls to the ground, completely unharming him. He still seems quiet, almost as if he still can't talk. And as he kind of walks up to hug you again, you hear a strange whisper. Do you speak Infernal by chance? No, you don't.
Infernal?
No.
No.
And you suddenly forget he was ever there, as you suddenly feel something pierce into your chest. All right,
I'm
we'll
gonna
come
go take
back
a
to
look,
you
see-
in a minute.
Oh, damn.
John, as the Prince O'Gain form stands in front of you in your little cubbyhole of the Under Empire that you've built, you see that he has his golden eyes and is smiling at you. He offered you his deal last time we were speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And he still awaits your decision.
Tell you what. How about a better offer then?
He looks to you and just smiles and waits for you to continue.
Instead of the king, why not go for the guy who actually makes these weapons?
That's a fair decision. And you notice, John, what's your passive perception? I forget. It's like a 25,
Fucking
isn't it?
high.
Yeah, I fucking forget.
21.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I can't remember what your passive perception. I know it's in the 20s.
Fucking high.
You notice something that catches your eye for a second. He seems to twinge for a second. Something catches him, almost as not something to do with you, but something that seems off for just a minute second. And then his composure returns, almost within a millisecond that you don't think a normal person would be able to notice. And he just sits there, continuing to wait for you to continue your deal.
I send you to where Zilpip is right now. And what was it? Like I send him to Tren, what happened to Aaron, what happens?
Well, you don't know. He said that he wanted Aaron instead.
Oh, then I'll just try to give Zilpipum instead.
He looks to you and smiles and says, "Oh, but I know so much of Zilpip, and why I don't doubt my ability to easily defeat him. It is not something I care to try right now. The whole idea of food in the hand versus hunting it in the bush."
Wow, you're a bit of a coward, aren't you?
He smiles and says, "Well, thank you. Being called a coward by my enemies, especially when they're cornered and trapped and know they're going to die, just tells me that they're out of cards. By the way," and he pulls out a crystal ball out from underneath his little cape and hands it to you. And as you look down at it, you see Aaron with what looks to be another creature that looks similar to his father, to what Aaron's father looked like. The only difference is Aaron's father has green eyes like Aaron. This creature
God
has
damn.
blue eyes and is now holding Aaron straight in front of him with his hand straight into Aaron's chest, piercing through it.
Well, shit, there goes the negotiations.
And the creature looks to you and smiles. It's about this time you start to hear some loud explosions coming from further down the tunnel.
Oh dear, I'm trapped here, aren't I?
Yeah, you have many escapes from your own office, as you were very big on making sure you always had a backup.
Oh, there's still a path out?
Yes, there's around 4 paths out, for one under your desk, one behind a lamp that stands behind you, and another at the foot of your chair where you have a small button that you've designed to set up to where it opens up and basically drops you like a Looney Tune.
Ah,
It's not the most glorious and it has a chance of hurting you, but it won't kill you and it gives you a quick escape.
which one's the closest to Zilpip? Which one leads to Zilpip?
None of
Please
them do.
don't.
All of them lead to the gates to exit the city quickly.
Ah, perfect. Wait, which gate?
All the gates, or 4 of the gates. You have the
Oh, so I can
northeast,
just.
the southeast, the south, and the southwest.
Oh, so I can pretty much just pick from there?
Yep, they all lead into each other and disappear. So
I completely forgot which one, where's Zilpip's,
he is
den?
southeast
Which
of
one's the
you.
I see. Which one's the easiest to get out with? Which path?
I mean, that's up to you. You have one under your desk that you can crawl under. You have one that you can hit a button and it will immediately pull out your chair, the floor from under your chair, or you can go to the one behind you, behind a giant lamp of yours.
How high is the fall from the chair?
About 20 feet, so just enough to get you through and running.
And then I'll just run from there, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so then I'm just gonna sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm just gonna ask him what he wants.
He looks to you and smiles and says, "Simple. Now that the DM and emu, FY, how am I an emu? What the fuck's an? The emus kick the shit out of the Australians. That's a compliment.
Yep.
A bird beat people. You know what? That means it's smarter than the average human. So I'm not exactly upset about that. Although I am much bulkier than an emu, thank you. I do take offense that you think I'm the size of one.
So he's an ostrich then.
Well, I mean, I can't run that fast, if only. No, the man looks to you and smiles and says, "Well, simple. We already have the guilds under our control. Your churches are with us. My people have taken your town almost completely without any of you ever noticing. Now the main thing is taking your spots." And he smiles. "The only one that was a problem was your little gnome. And he is nowhere to be found inside the city and probably doesn't give a damn about the rest of you. At least by the looks of it to us." And he just smiles at you. "So, you have a choice. I'm going to make this a nice decision for you. Just because now my appetite is suddenly lost in this situation. And you seem more difficult to kill and eat than what I'd care to deal with at this current time. Leave the city and don't return. That is as simple as that."
Do they have any way to tell, like, if I am me when I'm pretending to be someone else?
You don't know. You've never met a Rakshasa before.
Mm,
The only reason you know anything about them is because they've been mentioned in some old holy books, but it was a very minute design of them, and the only thing that you learned was the fact that they have golden eyes.
No, and I just pressed a button to go fall down.
As you do that, a loud explosion is heard in the background as you drop, and you see for a second the creature that stands before you seems to panic as he sees you drop and looks behind him. And what you can only guess is fire from either a flamethrower or a very pissed off dragon suddenly comes bellowing through the exit just slightly, not enough to even catch you, but you notice it seems to incinerate the upper or the floors above.
I have no idea who the fuck that was, but thank you.
As you continue running off out towards the gates, I assume you're heading towards where you assume Zilpip's hideout and entrances to his hideout is.
Shouldn't I know where it is, or at least
You
the
know the
mound
general
with
direction of you know where the height of the mountain is, but you don't know where the entrance to his place is.
That's fair. I can just stop them.
Okay. All right, and Nimian, welcome. We're on to you as you are standing in the
He's playing a fucking visual.
as you are in the back alley behind one of the bigger buildings. You see the man before you suddenly turn into what looks to be about a 6-foot tall creature with long red fur, completely changing from this dwarven creature, and his golden eyes are showing fully, smiling a toothy grin as he looks straight at you.
Ah, Chile. I fucking did it again. I gotta stop chasing around people. First things first. Let's see. I use a combination spell.
Uh-huh.
Cloud, Watery Sphere at 4th level and Cloudy Daggers at 3rd.
Okay.
What is a
And-
combination spell?
It's something that CLs are able to do.
What
And
the fuck?
I named this one Cloud.
What level is this at?
Well, the Cloud of Daggers is at 3rd, and
Okay.
the Watery Sphere is at 4th.
Okay.
Oh fucking shit!
And
Shut up. Go ahead.
I use this as a combination spell, which it's called Cloud of Aqua Piercings,
Okay.
and I shoot it directly at him before I attempt to escape.
As you do so, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 1 second.
John, shut up. I know what you're typing. You're not allowed to type that. Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. Thought you were typing something else. I was about to say, you better not fucking do it what I think you're doing.
It's typing again. What's
Yeah.
he doing?
If you... Alright, let me know once you what you roll, Nimian. This
I
is
got an
John's
8.
nope zone. Oh, you got an 8? Okay. So as you cast the spell, shooting daggers of water daggers out and surrounding the large orange creature in water, you notice that the creature, not sure if it's a he or she, completely slashes through with their fingers, the spell completely dissipating as they touch it, and grabs hold of you, pulling you close.
Oh, joy.
And looks down at
Does
you
he
and
have that
smiles and says, "You gotta work a little harder than that, little missy. Your people are well known to mine."
I then used my shocking grasp since he did grab me,
Mm-hmm.
and I used the and I
At what level?
did he grab me? Well, did he grab me with the fist, like hand to fist, or
No, he's grabbing his hand. Is grabbing your arm, your forearm.
Okay. Well, it's a cantrip.
Okay.
So
Level
I
0, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
I turn my forearm and grab my hand onto his forearm and use it.
Okay. As you begin to shock him, he just seems to smile at you, not seeming to take any damage.
Ah, shit.
He looks at you and says, obviously you're not one of his little apprentices, so this will be easy.
This is
Although I
Joker.
was given the orders not to eat anybody of note, I don't think you'll be a problem.
Wow.
Damn!
As he starts to
a
grasp
dope
around
plan.
Nimian's throat and squeeze.
Okay then.
Got teleports. Yeah, teleports would actually work.
I don't know if Nimian has teleport.
Well, not the spell teleport, but like
Oh,
something that
okay.
misses things like that.
Eh,
What's the idea, Nimian?
Wasn't this a grapple? Why wasn't?
It will be. I'm just giving Nimian a chance to react.
I think. Shit.
If there's nothing you can think to do, then I'll have you roll for athletics to try and get out of the grapple.
Athletics
Or
or acrobatics.
Yeah. Athletic. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to acid splash him.
Okay. As the liquid drops down.
No, he has to make a dex save.
I know. As the liquid drops down on the creature, he kind of shakes it off of his fur, and just looks at you, kind of with a confused look, like, and starts to speak.
Am I still grappled?
Yeah, you're grabbed around the neck, so this is your chance to do your athletics or acrobatics against it.
I'm gonna use my acrobatics.
Okay, I would recommend because your athletics is a 0. And as you're rolling, he just kind of smiles and says, "Have you not yet learned? Your spells are useless."
Joy.
Go ahead and roll your acrobatics and see if you can.
14.
You managed to pull the fingers off of your neck. Fuck you for this. I rolled badly on this one. Pulling the fingers off of your neck, just barely being able to do it, as he seems almost too cocky with this. Managing to have his grasp. This is. Do you have a dash? Yes, you should have dash.
Action?
Yeah.
Yes.
I take it you're going to take it immediately and run.
With expeditious retreat.
Okay. As you manage to get away, that's how far?
90, I believe. It's
Okay.
30 base, right?
Yes.
So 90. Dash action.
As you
That's-
start to run away at full speed, you can hear the smacking of what now sounds like almost a hammer against the walls, and the eerie voice of, come out, little she-wolf."
She-wolf. She's not she-wolf.
Oh shit! They have.
It's as you keep running, Nimian, you can also feel the ground start to shake with what seems to either be minor earthquakes or explosions. As you're
Oh, there goes
running,
our town.
as you're running away, and you suddenly feel the ground explode near what looks to be a center pipe from the underground, one of the entrances. You can slightly see what looks to be a very angry gnome with a very large flamethrower walking through, carrying what looks to be a dead tiger in one hand while flaming the entirety of the tunnel.
Wait, angry what?
An angry gnome.
Oh,
I
shit.
have an idea. Is he going out of the? Is he going out
Nope,
of the pipe?
he is continuing walking through what looks to be the underground tunnels.
Jump in. That's what I
I'm
got.
going to do something stupid,
Mm-hmm.
but I hope this will work.
Okay.
I'm going to first call out to the rock shot, to the tiger-like thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can call it
And-
Rakshasa, that's fine, I don't care.
Well, I know, but
Go ahead.
in case she doesn't know what it is. But I'm going to call it out, saying, "Hey, I'm over here.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by the pipe."
Okay.
And when he's nearby, I backstep into it and then
Okay.
run towards Zilpip.
Okay.
What I think is Zilpip.
Alright, Zilpip, we're gonna come to you. As you're enjoying your evening, another day, successful day of working in the lab, your bomb's working perfectly, your students doing their jobs, and finally stopped complaining after the 4th beating. And the daily sacrifice is taken care
Should've
of. It
figured
is
it out
your
another time.
it's your time to relax as you start to just enjoy. When suddenly one of your entry rooms, one of the rooms you had set up as a false entrance for anybody who managed to learn how to get into the building, suddenly starts to send off alarms in your personal quarters, as it seems something has come into or managed to get in there.
Well, shit. Okay. I'm gonna check it out.
All right, as
I'm gonna bring my pets with me.
okay. As you begin to activate your smaller teleport circles that are only linked specifically to certain rooms from each to each to make sure to best confuse any enemies that might attempt to get in, you finally activate the last one to get into the fake entrance. And in there, you get to see a bit of your work having gone to action. A few explosions and smoke hovering in the room as it's slowly starting to vent. You see the creature standing there, fully covered in soot, looking very angry. Its clothes completely burnt off and glaring at you. This creature stands roughly about 6 feet tall and looks very familiar at first, but then suddenly changes their appearance to something else, and then again it keeps shifting until it finally settles on a orange fur-like creature, almost like a giant tiger by the looks of it, and it is just glaring at you with its bright golden eyes.
Oh, what you doing? How'd you get in here?
It looks at you. It lifts a middle finger, and then you see it start to slowly start to chant a spell as it suddenly walks through or pops open a gateway into what looks to be another plane.
Counterspell.
I knew it.
It just looks as you've Wait, what level are you casting this at?
I'm
it's-
casting it at 3rd, but the spell attacks. Counterspell attacks the spell, not the caster.
Yes, I caught that.
So,
All right, now I gotta look up something real quick.
I do have to roll.
Yeah, I know that.
That's what
Which is just gonna fucking pass because,
Oh yeah, it's fucking
Zilpip.
Zilpip. I mean,
classic
that's
Zilpip.
yeah, that's well. Says the
He can
fucking
roll
guy
a
with
2 and still pass it.
says the guy with a passive perception of 21, bitching about a guy who's good at casting magic, because that's
I see
part
one
of this
more
class.
level, and everything is gonna be my passive.
Yeah, fuck you.
That's a 30 total.
And you
which
said
is
at 3rd level?
13 more than I needed. Yeah.
Oh fuck you. Yeah, it kinda is. Fuck. Okay. We've been going for an hour. We're gonna take a second while the DM runs to the restroom and thinks of a plan on how not to die. Give me a minute. I'll be right
Okay.
back while I run an ad. I have to run to the restroom.
You could just make the thing get captured or something. Experiment on this magic. Have fun with whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna toy with this motherfucker.
Put a 6th level thing in front.
Zilpip.
Anti-magic
Can-
zone.
Zilpip.
What's up?
Can I get the last kill on it?
You're still fucking alive.
Yeah, dude, you have your own.
I want all the last kills.
Worry
I have
about the
no
one
idea.
that's fighting you right now.
Wait, Zilpip.
Yeah.
Did Peplis save me?
No.
Oh shit.
No, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to that point. Like
Oh, okay.
this in my lab is probably before all of that shit went down.
Just get railroaded, basically.
I mean, yeah, a little bit, but like it's kind of a cool way
I'm
to
back.
tell
Yeah, it's a good way. It's a good
Okay.
set.
it's yeah.
Alright. So as you cast Counterspell, it just looks at you, irritated, looking at where the spell was, looks back at you and just shrugs its shoulder, pulls out a piece of paper and kind of throws it to you, casting a minor spell that basically lets it float over towards you, which you immediately recognize. Not
Yeah.
anything dangerous, and as you look at the
Counterspell.
piece of paper, are you going to counterspell the piece of paper?
That's gonna
I'm
be
not
fucking
gonna
petty.
counterspell the piece of paper.
You're not going to? Okay.
No.
As it floats over to you, it just says, it has a picture of you drawn on it, and it says eliminate or capture. And that's all.
Who gave this to you?
It just the creature looks at you and says, "I don't have to answer you. If I wanted to, I could kill you. I'm just too tired. I can see." And you can suddenly feel a spell going off of detect thoughts, which thanks to your fucking intelligence you can recognize.
Yep.
Um,
You know what?
and
I'm not going to counterspell that.
it just looks at you for a second and says, "I can tell you can counterspell me for the next few minutes, so I'm gonna make this easy. I'm gonna leave. Your friends are gonna die, but I'm not the cause of it. If you want to get to them before they die, I recommend you let me leave so you can go to them before they do. Otherwise, I'm going to make this take as long as possible, and then you're going to show up there with them dead. You might kill me, but my friends will have already taken care of their jobs."
Yeah, right.
All right. I'm just gonna give a little hand motion
Mm-hmm.
and say Bubba, and Bubba knows what to do. Bubba's my dragon, by the way,
For those at home. Yep.
and Bubba is going to use his confusion breath on the Rakshasa. So that's a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw.
That's not a spell, is it?
It is
No,
not.
that's a
Fuck.
It is a
that's a
breath weapon.
magical natural thing. The dragon.
I'm thinking. Give me a minute.
That doesn't have
Um,
a level.
but really,
What does the confusion breath do?
yeah, go ahead and read that out while I'm thinking.
It makes them confused.
it literally it acts like the confusion spell, but it's a breath weapon. It just
Ah,
the mind differently. It's not magic. It just
It's not. That's what fucking sucks. I'm trying to think how to avoid this. Fuck.
Yeah.
You
that's
can.
a what spell? What's the saving throw I have to make? Wisdom.
wisdom.
Oh, at least that's.
Rakshasas have +3.
I know
so-
they do. I'm looking at the character sheet right now. So I got a 23 and a 23, which means I crit both times. Thank you, but that's bad because there goes my crits for the night. Okay. Fuck. The confusion breath. Okay, was on a success, not on a. Okay, so as the spell seems to go about it, it looks at you, kind of confused for a second, and just shakes his head and casts plane shift again. Again, a portal opens, and as you look through the portal, you can see what looks to be a island, or rather large island, with massive cities of what looks to be gold and people similar to the one standing next or standing in front of you, walking about with what you can almost guess maybe Asimar on leashes, but you're not sure. They seem to be on chains and such. They look
I'm
like
gonna PM
Asimar, but no. Oh, go ahead. What was that?
I'm PMing you something.
Okay. Well, not really. Everyone's gonna die with a hole in their chest. You're
Stab
going.
not if I can fucking
Hey,
help it.
Ron, you're going full Krillin. I'm gonna be honest here.
I'm gonna stab everything.
Wait, there's a problem with Krillin though. He's gonna live through it. He's gonna get
Or
revived.
get revived. Yeah, get revived. I know, Wolf. I know. But I didn't say it was a spell that he. Well, actually, yes, I did. Fuck.
Yes, you did.
Let me. Fuck. Let me rephrase that. As the creature standing in front of you does to cast what seems to be an enchantment, what on his finger you notice something glow. I was gonna bring this up because this is one of the things I had to prepare just in case. Something a ring on his finger does start to glow as the portal opens, and as I stated, you start to see this golden city with these creatures similar to what is standing in front of you, walking around with what looks to be Asimar, but instead of what the typical Asimar looks like, these wings are very much more bird-like, and the creatures themselves seem to be humanoid almost completely, but with strange tattoos and markings all over them.
All right. Well, I didn't want to do this, but fuck it, right? I'll
Mm.
counterspell him again.
He just looks at you, puts his hands on his hips, and says, "You gonna let me leave, or are we gonna continue to do this while your friends die?"
All right. You know what? I was gonna be nice. Fuck it.
Mask
Bubba
off.
and Frotigen. Protein?
Mhm.
Protein? Protein. Bubba and Brotein are going to just fucking unleash on this guy.
Who's Brody?
Frotigen is the name.
Yeah, it's Brotein now.
It's-
Yeah, but who's Brody?
Protogene is his true name. I'm gonna try not to spread that, you know.
it's a
Only
fucking-
I know that shit. True names are very important in D&D.
Also true. But what
And
kind
also,
of creature
just
is
to
he?
mention, Frotigen is a chick, not a dude.
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's
did
not
that.
forget that.
So what creature are they?
Clapping devil
there-
cheek.
It's a large fiend. All right, it's a devil. So as you,
How the fuck?
long story. That almost ended up with Zopip dying yet again.
He always does.
Yeah, he puts his life on the line a lot. So what are you gonna have them do?
Both of them are gonna multi-attack. Non-lethal damage.
Oh, you're trying to knock this thing out?
Yep.
Fucking goddamn it. Okay. I'm gonna check.
Pokemon, go!
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll.
Brotein crits with the bite.
Mm-hmm.
That is 21 to hit for the claws.
That hits. Zopip, the Beastmaster, the only non-ranger character to get beefy with
Or,
pets.
Sorry, Mace. I mean.
Uh-huh. I gotcha.
17 to hit with the claws,
Okay.
and then uh, 32 to hit with the tail.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
Oh
Let's,
no.
And that'll be a Constitution saving throw.
I got it. That is... Well, okay. Does a 25 work?
It does.
Alright, yay! Fucking goddamn you, Zopip. Fuck you. Just want to let you know that.
Okay. So instead of taking 12 poison damage, it only takes 6,
Mm-hmm.
but it takes 24 bludgeoning, and this is from a magic weapon.
Okay.
Or no, 24 piercing damage.
From a magical weapon.
Well, yeah, it's not a weapon, but it counts as magical
Okay.
because devils.
Alright.
Then, oh shit.
Just so you
Quit
guys
that.
know, so Zopip is a level 10 character. For those wondering out there, a Rakshasa is a CR 13 monster and is supposed to be deadly for a single player. Level 10. This is why I have to throw heavier monsters at these assholes.
Because
15
actually, I might have been able to
slashing
take it.
damage.
Say that again, Zopip.
15 slashing damage.
Non-magical or magical?
It's magical.
Okay, I'll make sure. Go ahead.
All of this is magical. Plus, fuck, math. 24 bludgeoning damage, magical.
Okay.
And
Do you have any good creatures?
Wait, Zopip or me? Because that's a big
Zopip.
difference.
Yeah,
Yep,
does he own any?
my pug is a good creature.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're not using him to attack.
I am not.
No, he doesn't need to. The Warpug gets to live in fucking glorious luxury now. He's got a fucking dragon and a demon that he gets to use now.
Well, to be fair, if you're the first mana he got, he's gonna get preferential treatment.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be brought to combat anymore. Go ahead.
23 bludgeoning damage, and
Okay.
then my dragon is attacking too. Okay.
Let me ask you something. Can your dragon do more than 64 points of damage in one round?
No.
Okay, then we're good.
Have the pug attack.
I was gonna say, if you can, just let me know now. It'll be a lot easier to save me the math here.
Okay. And that's gonna be 18 to hit, 19 to hit,
Hits.
and 15 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Oh boy. Alright.
Meanwhile, here's Nimian running for her life. John has basically escaped the city and become a fugitive, and Aaron's dying in the middle of a room.
Oh, who
Zil-
doesn't
Zilpip's fine.
escaping?
You know, it's just a normal day.
I'm heading towards it.
It's fucking goddamn. Zilpip's retiring after this.
Incorrect.
Zilpip is never gonna retire.
I'm just adding them all up.
Feel free,
here,
yeah,
hold
no
on.
worries. Zilpip's just gonna sit back and let his name be the reason why the city never gets attacked again.
Rude.
Mm-hmm. Fuck you. He can take a Rakshasa on his own. I don't know many level 15 players that can do that. Alright? I'm gonna be honest.
He's a wizard. He has tons of
May
shit that he made.
Actually, no.
Louder.
Rakshasa have a huge magic immunity. The only reason he's able to actually hurt this fucking thing is because of the fact that he's got two pets that are dangerous as shit.
No, magic immunity does not apply to magical weapons.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's the thing. Spells they're really good against.
Yeah. Maybe my logger would be able to deal with them at level 15.
Yes, so Pip?
58.
Thank you. So as the thing looks at you, now badly burned, bleeding all over, glaring at you, he gives you a smile, pulls out something out of what looks to be the center of his fur, pops it in his mouth, swallows hard, and just looks at you and says, I am just the beginning. And you watch as his body dissolves into a puddle of what looks to be magical residue.
That's hot.
Ah, cyanide pill.
That's hot. That's really hot.
So Pip So Pip, go ahead and add 10,000 XP to your character sheet at the end of this session.
Will do. I'm going to teleport into the city.
Okay, where in the city are you wanting to teleport? Anywhere particular or just random? He's thinking. Yes.
Just doing calculations here. Zilpip would probably go to John first.
Okay.
Rude.
Alright, so we'll come back to you in a bit, Zilpip.
You're supposed to be sturdy. That's a compliment.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's the shit dagger all over again. Aaron,
So that's the thing he's gonna remember as he dies. Huh?
Aaron, as you stare out, you look down, in front of you, feeling your chest like an extreme pain suddenly, and the memories of your father fading as you look in front of you, and what stands before you is that goblin, that same little bastard that stabbed you with the dagger, but this time he's got 3 daggers and they're all inside your chest, and it's laughing maniacally at you.
It's Big Dead.
And all of them have shit.
But you can't do a thing about it as you feel like, or as you're frozen, just standing there.
I want to Omae motion to it though.
It continues to push more and more, and you start to see a brown liquid seeping out of your body instead of blood. It is exactly what you imagine it to be, and your greatest nightmare has come back. The only thing that haunts your dream worse than Zilpip trying to kill you.
Goblin shit.
This goblin
Goblin
stabbing
shit.
you with a shit dagger from your early days, as behind it stands the giant squirrel just staring at you, smiling and laughing like a maniacal monster. And you're reminded of your early days. You see Greg suddenly standing beside the squirrel, petting it as he just stares at you with that deadpan stare, enjoying your death.
I'm going to kill them all.
You fall
You'll get your
unconscious.
chance. You'll get your
Mega
chance,
bit.
buddy.
I'm gonna
Watching
kill them
the
all.
goblin standing over you, the squirrel and Greg all start to laugh and smile as you are stooped into what is nothing but darkness.
Big
All right.
Dead boy.
John, as you are walking,
roll.
as you are
Just-
running, you finally make it out of the city, only to feel a large explosion and what looks to be smoke coming out of that mud mountain in the far distance.
I rolled stealth.
Good news, you've stealth. I'm not even gonna fucking make you roll for it because I know what you can hit. Fucking natural one's the only thing that
Maybe I can
limits
get-
you.
No, if I roll a 1, I'm gonna get
Go ahead, roll for me. If you roll a natural one, you're gonna pay for it though. I'm gonna warn you now.
13, 26.
Congratulations, you're fucking stealth. No one in their right mind can see you.
Wanted.
As you walk about, the night is completely dark. The city is calm and quiet, and you still feel the occasional rumble underground from what seems to be the fiery explosions from what you saw earlier.
Don't care, heading to
Okay. Alright, so with a dash and a continued run, you will make it there soon. We'll come back to you in a minute. Nimian, as you jump down into the tunnels, you notice how well and beautifully designed they are, and now they're very charred. As you see what looks to be a very angry gnome dragging what looks to be another one of those creatures by the back of its neck, carrying a flamethrower, just joyfully walking through, yelling curse words in gnomish left and right.
Hmm.
You see the creature that was chasing you just drop down into the tunnel after you get about 10 feet in, and he's just smiling at you as the gnome continues to ignore you.
I yell out. Well, no. First, I'm going to try and run towards
Okay.
the gnome
Okay.
with Expeditious Retreat again.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible I can pick up a rock? Well, anything that hasn't been charred and chuck it towards the gnome.
No, there's no rocks on the ground at all. These tunnels are very well designed. They seem to have a dwarvish make.
Hmm. Okay. Is there anything at all I can pick up?
Nope.
Okay.
Unless you want to pick
I'm
up
gonna-
ash.
I'm going to take off my own shoe and chuck it at him.
Okay. As you do so, the angry gnome, continuously maniacally laughing, turns around, and suddenly the flamethrower doesn't turn off.
Is there any?
There's nowhere to save.
Oh shit. Okay. So.
I'm sorry to say, but you're
Well,
about to
I
take a
have
fireball.
I have a resistance to fire.
Oh, that's good.
That's
That
good.
means you're only taking half damage.
half
That's...
damage
Half
if
damage.
you fail.
But you can't
If you
save
fail.
I'm sorry.
Yep, that's true.
because
Yeah,
this
no,
is gonna
doesn't
hit you
that
no
mean-
matter what.
It's so I'm gonna have to roll.
Nope.
No,
This
No,
hits
there's
you.
Take
Nope.
damage, right?
Yeah,
Never
you're
mind.
taking
How much
damage. With a resistance, you get, I believe it's 75% or quarter or half. Let me look.
Half.
Half. Resistance
It's
is
always half.
Well, I make sure. Hey, shut up. You know, it's been like weeks since you lot have been here. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna roll this in the other one because it's easier to do it. So that's 1 sec. So
How many
8,
D
9,
sixes are there?
10.
That doesn't sound good.
All right, got it.
Oh, God.
Slash R.
It's gonna hurt
44
a
points of
lot.
damage.
Okay, I'm fine
So
with
that's
this.
half 22.
Woo, yep.
As you're suddenly engulfed in flames.
Yep, that's fine. I'm going to shape water myself and dodge, and then just like
There's nowhere to dodge to.
I mean,
Go into him?
that
Shape
and
water yourself.
well,
Damn it,
yeah,
Steve.
that basically. With
Okay.
I'm going to shape water myself to get rid of the flames firstly, and then I'm going to leap over him.
Mhm.
I and have him face the Rakshasa.
Okay, as you get up close to him, starting to charge, you see that this is Zilpip. Exactly how you remember him. There's only something weird about it. Give me a perception check.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Okay.
I want to put it for the record because Nimian wouldn't know this, and I know Fuka won't metagame. Zilpip doesn't have Fireball.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
Yes,
any items that do
something
Fireball.
mu-
I
He has
have
something much worse.
Nope. Not in this
I have
case.
6.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have something worse
Well,
than
yes, but
fire
so
bullets.
as you jump over him, something catches your eye that's off, but you don't exactly, you can't place it. Something seems different.
Mm-hmm.
As you start to turn and or finally get behind him, he turns back around towards you.
Ah, shit. Can I say something that will
Sure.
make sure he doesn't kill me?
Uh,
Um,
Zilpip has
It's,
met Nimian, by the way, so you've met him.
it's your fucking
It was
student.
just a
Zilpip,
brief moment.
I was your student, and now I'm your court chaplain. If there's anything you want to know, say it, and I won't lie.
You just hear maniacal laughing,
Ah,
but the
shit.
voice is too deep.
Ah, shit.
Give
Okay.
me a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, shit.
I have found my
Let's
new
see.
favorite monster.
I'm proficient in this.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna die, but I'm proficient in it.
Mm-hmm.
19. Yep, and it fails.
Roller wins, by the way.
Huh?
Roller wins.
Oh yeah, I
the
know.
one who rolls.
Yes, we set that rule before. I'm just doing a quick math in my head, so give me a moment.
How much is resurrection again?
All right, you
Like,
managed to barely avoid as you feel the sweet words whispering in your ear.
Oh joy.
It's at this same time that you hear something loud and electronical coming almost behind you as what I can only describe as sounds like a phaser wave or a phaser going off suddenly
God.
pops up behind you about 10-20 feet down the tunnel, more towards what you remember as John's office.
Huh. Okay then.
You also notice all the guards in here are all dead.
Yeah, I kind of figured. It's charred
Mhm.
everywhere. Is um. Okay.
So what would you like
If
to
I-
do?
Ah shit.
Mhm.
Let's see. I have a fake Zilpip in front of me.
Make the second stupidest decision you'll ever make today.
Look, it was either
He's not
that
gonna
or
fuck it, you know. I mean that would be.
Well, that is true.
I mean,
No, it's my job.
Nimian, you weren't really thinking that, right?
No, I really
Okay,
wasn't.
good. Want to make sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just point in hopes that he would actually turn. Because literally there's nothing behind me and it's all burned to ashes, so
No, behind you, you can hear something just went off, and you can go towards John's office. In front of you is currently standing the Zilpip with a flamethrower.
yeah, I
And
know.
farther from Zilpip is the Rexasha that was chasing you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing at.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're pointing behind.
Um,
Oh,
yes.
you're doing that fucking bullshit. Okay.
give me a deceit roll. See if you can catch it. Convince it.
Like what kind of role?
Deception.
Like
Deception.
deception.
Deception, deceit. You know what I'm speaking.
Oh, I heard
Deception,
I was
Oh,
wondering
God.
why.
disgrace.
19.
It starts to turn for a second, thinking that there's actually something behind it, while still holding the flamethrower pointing at you.
I don't move and just stay
You're
there
gonna
like
get
being-
charred if you don't move.
Look, if I move, I'm gonna die. If I stay there, I'm gonna die.
You could
What
run.
else is there for
What?
me to do?
Quick question.
Alright.
He's
Yes,
giving you
John.
an out, bro.
What's the
Oh
range
my
of the
fucking
flamethrower?
God.
From what Nimian can see, it's roughly about 20 feet. It's
20?
rather, I mean, it's a long flame.
You can literally just walk.
Okay,
You can literally
okay
just
then.
walk with your.
I'm just going to first cast invisibility and
Okay.
then expeditious retreat again and
Alright.
run.
Pretty sure.
Alright.
Doesn't that have a duration?
What, invisibility?
No, expeditious retreat.
I don't know. I've
Is it a
always
minute
just.
or something.
Let me look. Expeditious retreat. I don't know. Someone fucking find it. I don't want to look it up.
I know it's a concentration spell.
No, not invisibility. Expeditious retreat.
Yes, it's a concentration spell.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So that
I'm
means.
focusing on both of them at the same time while trying to escape.
How?
You can't concentrate on 2 spells at once.
You can concentrate on 2 spells,
Oh,
and
for
it's
fuck's
10
sake.
minutes, by the way.
Oh, okay. So you can continue to just run. The guy's head's turned. He's not looking at you.
You know what? Fine, I just run. If
Okay.
that's what you all want.
No, it's just that's the option here. You
Those
just
are the
can't.
rules.
That I know. Could just continue, please.
All right. So Zilpip, as you pop into John's office, well, first thing you notice, there's no John. There's also a lot of his desk is completely charred, which you remember paying a good price for that desk to have it brought in.
Thanks, by the way.
As a gift for him as a celebration for setting up his spy network. You also notice immediately that the door that was designed below his chair has
Chair.
been opened.
Pull the
And
lever.
you can notice that everything in that room seems to have a blackened look, whereas the most of the Under Empire, as John has called it, or his spider web, as everyone else calls it, is made of a white like stone, and carved very eloquently by the half dwarves and the dwarves who work with him. But everything's been charred black.
Question: is it only Zilpip, or does he?
Nope, Zilpip's the only one in the office as of current.
Okay.
I definitely brought my pets.
Are
Your
they gonna
your pets wouldn't fit in this tunnel.
Yeah, that's a.
Yeah, you're talking about a huge dragon and a large fiend. Yeah,
Yeah.
none
I
of those
don't
are gonna
think I'd
fit.
fit.
These tunnels are designed for
large
medium to
fiend-
smaller creatures.
Large fiend can be a medium creature.
Like as a spell or something, ability.
Yeah, if I remember, he might be right. They might be able to shapeshift. Let me look to see what it
What
says.
about the dragon then?
The
Meanwhile-
dragon can't fit because he's a
Uh,
large
yeah.
creature.
Meanwhile,
So
Tren is
that
in the
one's staying.
background
Yep,
fucking posting
can
memes.
become medium when changing her appearance.
Okay.
So I brought the devil with me. I won't bring the dragon. I brought the devil.
You
She's-
can't bring the dragon.
She is fully dressed, looking like a normal, a taller gnome, in decent traveling clothing.
Yo, you dummy thick though.
Oh,
Just
God.
glares at Zilpip as she still hates Zilpip, but she's kind of stuck here. So yes, you have your female traveling companion now. The xenomorph and the dragon have retired for the time being.
They're at the
Still
place.
learning to love me.
They're at
Alright.
his place.
Yeah, they're back at his little mud castle. All right, so yes, Zilpip, as you're looking about, you can hear it sounds like flames coming from the from down in the caves further in, or through the tunnels, and you can hear someone screaming in pain, as well as what sounds like or smells like cooking flesh.
Well, here's a good place to start, I guess. And we'll exit John's office out into the hallway.
Okay. Meanwhile, we'll come back in a second. Aaron, give me a death saving
Dead.
throw.
All right.
A death?
Saving throw.
Dex.
Death.
Death. Death.
No,
Death.
death.
Death. D20.
Shut
It's a
up.
D20.
All of you,
Wait,
it's a
I-
death
I just-
saving throw.
No, I didn't hear.
Yeah, you're
thought
good.
He said deck.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You can't dex death, unfortunately.
Damn.
Not if I can help it.
Okay.
Okay, 15.
All right, you managed to make your
Yes.
first save. All right. Back to Nimian and Zilpip. Nimian, as you
What?
I know, John. I know.
Okay.
Relax. Nimian, as you start to run further into the tunnels, heading towards John's office, and the only direction you see side tunnels, but you notice many of them are scorched and burnt, looking like they have no escape at all from the design of them. The creatures that you think is a mimic Zilpip, it could be Piplas for all you know, is still coming towards you, but at a much slower pace as you are running away. You suddenly, while watching behind you, collide into a tall bluish frame that is just glaring directly at you. This looks to be a tall female gnome.
Deception.
Hi, you must be Zilpip's lover.
It just glares at you with a hatred, an utter hatred you can feel. Zilpip pops out from behind it.
Hi.
Shut the fuck up. What's going on?
Wait, how can she answer when you
Shut
told
up!
her?
John,
Orange tiger thingy. trying to kill me.
Shit. Where?
As I just thumb point back and see the limping tiger trying to try to follow.
There, from what you guys can both see, there is both a similar creature from what you faced earlier, Zilpip, as well as what looks to be you, Zilpip, walking down here with a flamethrower, carrying something.
Alright. I'm gonna, because Broteen has telepathy. I'm gonna talk to her real quick.
At the mention
and
of that
ask
name, you
her-
can see her physically cringe.
I'm gonna ask her what that other Zilpip is, because she has true sight, so she can see through any illusions or shape change and shit.
It looks at you and glares and says, "Although I have to tell you, I don't want to, and you need to stop calling me that ridiculous name.
It's easier.
It's a demon of some sort. I have not fought one or faced one before, but I can tell you that's not you, if that helps."
Is it like the one we fought at my place?
It is of the same species by the looks of it.
Alright,
This one looks more dangerous.
cool. Kill this motherfucker.
She just nods her head, bows, and says, "As soon as you stop calling me that, goddamn," and continues to walk down, pushing Nimian kind of slide aside lightly, and just walking past her.
I'm gonna stop for like half a second and just be like, "Yo, you looking good, by the way," and then I'm gonna follow after.
Nimian, all you see is this female gnome, the taller gnome, pull up a middle finger, and then a second, her pinky. You get the sense that that's some
Yeah.
sort of insult that you don't know.
One in the pink, one in the
Yeah,
stink.
she's in love with him.
Nimian, fucking goddamn it. Alright.
I got the juice for it too.
So as
You
she
know how
can,
big Erica-
as she
sorry,
walks
continue.
down, you just see her literally walk through the flame, grab the creature around the throat, pick it up and hold it, and glare at the other one.
Oh damn.
That's
Peter
my.
got a nice one.
Okay, Trent, no worries. And she just looks at them both and waits for Zilpip to say something.
She's got the
The
fake
stronger
meat by
one.
the throat.
Yeah.
Keep that one alive.
She nods. The other one's just standing there staring and kind of looking confused.
I mean, while she's dealing with that one, I'm just gonna catapult a few blades at the fucking
Okay.
idiot just standing there confused.
Well, you would be too if suddenly, a small gnome showed up and then a devil showed up picking up your comrade, then wondering how that happened. Especially when you're supposed to be dead, as the paperwork showed. All right, so you're launching blades at it.
I'm launching one blade and one necklace.
A necklace. Oh fuck
Is
you.
that a code for something?
Yeah, it is.
God help
It's
her.
your wreath, isn't it? Is that what you're meaning?
It is, yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, so that's what, a dex save on its part?
Wait, Zilpip, I have a question.
Yeah.
You know those pet collars that you have to like control those
That's what
creatures?
he's talking about.
Yep.
Oh, because I was about to mention that you can actually use it as
Yep,
careful,
he
so
knows.
if you
Yeah,
can.
I'm yeah, that'll be a dex save.
Okay.
And it fails.
It's a 10.
That
Yeah,
doesn't pass.
Does a 10 not pass?
Nope, it fails by a lot.
A 10 should pass. The DM can't afford not to have a 10 pass right now. Okay, so
Was that for the blade or was that for the wreath?
that's 2 saving throws. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
You're right.
Fuck you! God damn it,
And it
dice!
fails again.
That's a fucking 12. Oh no.
Hey, it's above 10. There's a chance.
No, there isn't. I know what the save is. Fucking goddamn dice. As the dagger seems to spike into it, barely even affecting the creature, pretty much still standing there gawking at the situation, the necklace launches straight onto the thing's neck. Luckily enough, this thing doesn't seem to resist not realizing what it is, and just suddenly stunned by the fact that it now has a necklace and or a collar, and it looks at you completely confused and lost.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
And as this one gets collared, the other starts to the one that's being held by your little waifu here, is God damn it,
That's
seems to
not
be whispering something, but that's incomprehensible due to the fact that its throat's being held.
Can he even actually cast a spell when his throat is being held?
He's not casting a spell, from what Zopip can tell.
Cool. Well, as she's thrashing the shit out of this guy,
I'm pretty sure he's just holding it.
Yeah, she's just holding him by
Okay.
the neck.
just like sleeper hold.
No, she's literally one hand around his neck, holding him up
Oh.
against a wall.
Kinky.
Oh well,
He's not
Holding.
he's not getting away. That's the problem.
I thought you was interrogating it.
Nope.
I'm
Hmm.
I'm gonna come pat this dude down for whatever the other popped in his fucking mouth.
Oh, the one that she's holding, or your pet? Your
Oh
new
no, I
pet.
am not patting her down.
No, I mean the one you put the collar on.
Oh no.
Which Raksasha? The
I
one
don't think
that's
poor
farther,
Nimian
the
wants
one
to
that's
watch you
closer?
molest a demon in front of her. That poor girl doesn't need that.
No, I'm gonna yeah, the guy she has like
Uh-huh.
by the throat. I'm gonna pat him down and take whatever fucking suicide pills he has off him.
He doesn't seem to have one.
Oh, motherfucker's stupid.
Or confident.
All right.
It's only stupidity if you
Yeah.
fail.
Which you did.
Which, I mean, Nimian and John and Aaron can say that they would have lost
Hey,
if
1
Zopip
out of
hadn't
4
shown.
isn't that bad. That's a success.
I'm
You
gonna take,
only lived because you ran. Go ahead, Zopip.
I'm gonna
Hey,
take
running
the
away is a perfectly fair play.
blade out of my pet,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to just shit, because this is the bloof blade.
Mm-hmm. You're just gonna take a shit right in the middle of the room. All right, Nimian, you watch as Zopip lowers his pants. And you
No,
start
I'm
to
just
remember
saying
there's an
this
escape
fucking-
route you can take that John had, and you're starting to ponder it now.
I'm
Not
gonna
dead
beat this
yet.
motherfucker over and over until he loses consciousness.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep him alive though.
Okay.
I want him to survive this,
The pet
but
or
it's gonna
the
hurt.
No,
The
the
one
one
that's
that's
being
being
held.
held. He's stabbing the one that Zopip insulted.
Ah,
Aaron, give me another death saving throw.
Yay. I'm not dead yet.
No, you're not. You're just getting stabbed by shit daggers.
Okay, that's a 19.
All right.
That's
Give me
fast.
one more death saving throw.
That's an 11.
All right.
fast.
As you wake up, you suddenly see something standing over you, and you realize that you're
Wait, how much HP do I get now that I got
you're
it?
back.
I'm pretty
You're
sure it
conscious. You're at
shows
1 HP.
0.
No, he's at 1. It takes you
Oh.
to consciousness, so that's 1 HP.
Okay.
I always do that. It's just easier to put them at 1, so that way if they get knocked down again, they go unconscious, and then they do their
Okay.
saving throws again. Because 0 on D&D Beyond doesn't work.
That's fair.
So yeah, as you awaken, fluttering eyes, you come to consciousness, and you see John standing in the room finally after returning to the castle, and realizing that
Wait,
he
what?
couldn't get into Zilpip's fortress, or at least that's what you assume. You see a changeling, what looks to be John's Goliath form, with the cloak, standing over you, Aaron, as you have 3 knives sticking out of your chest, each of them covered in some sort of brown fluid. You're in extreme pain, and you feel lighter.
That's a norm taken off.
Why do I feel lighter, DM?
I don't know, give me a roll. Let's see if you can roll perception high enough to notice what's wrong.
You're only ahead. You lost your limbs.
Yeah, you wake
Oh.
up and find out you're only a head in Zilpip's lab. You've been in a jar for
The brain in
years.
the jar.
Okay, that's a 19 plus perception, you said?
Yeah.
Plus 7.
Okay.
I guess now that he's only he lost
So,
his body, he's now ahead of the curve.
and suddenly a boulder from the giant mud mountain falls on John, squishing him. It seemed to know his invisibility spell was always active. Aaron, as you start to gain a little bit of feeling back in your body, something feels wrong with your lower left leg. You feel it there, but it feels numb.
Phantom pain.
Can I look there?
Yeah, as you start to kind of pull yourself up, you notice the Goliath-sized John looks over at you and starts to speak as you look. But before he gets a chance to utter a word, your leg's gone. It's cut off at the complete right up to the hip joint. It's cleanly done. In fact, you're impressed by the surgical precision of this job. Mizna couldn't have done a better job.
Sean, I can't feel my legs. Richie, that's because you have no legs.
God.
No!
John looks to you. Fucking goddamn it. John starts to speak.
Lieutenant Dan.
You start to hear him. He goes. Start to kind of hear him in the background as you're paying attention, realizing your leg's completely gone. I mean, he speaks. I couldn't get to him before he took your leg, and you start to see over to the side. There's what looks to be a dead tiger humanoid with his tongue sticking out, laying right next to you.
That could not be fake.
Can I roll perception on that head?
Go ahead. It's not just a head. There's a whole body, but it seems to have a little bit of blood on its lip.
I want to make sure that it's actually.
All right.
Dead.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, it seems dead. It's not moving. It ain't breathing.
Is it the actual head though?
Yeah, it's its actual head. It's not just a head. It's a whole body, and it's got a bunch of stab wounds in it.
Oh, okay.
It's got the golden eyes and everything.
Okay.
And John is just sitting there on the bed, looking down at you, while you look at this body
Where's
and
my-
realize you're missing a leg.
Where's my sentinel?
The sentinel is hanging up on the hanging up against the bedpost. That doesn't
Okay.
seem chopped.
Gonna grab my sentinel.
As you start to get up, John kind of grabs you and says, "No, we gotta get you to an actual medical professional. We gotta get you moving now."
No, I'm okay. And I grab the sentinel.
Give me a strength check, or actually, give me athletics or acrobatics, whichever is better.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do an athletics.
It's a grapple.
That's a 15 plus 5, so 20.
As you manage to kind of shrug his arms off, as he's kind of trying to push you down, your shoulders back down, you grab the last sentinel, but you don't feel anything in that hand.
What do you? Am I missing a hand?
No, your
too?
hand's there.
Is
The
it
rest of your
like an
body is
illusion?
completely whole, other than the fact that you've got 3 knives sticking out of your chest and you're missing a leg.
There's John there, right?
Yeah, John's sitting on the bed. He was trying to hold you, sit you back down for a second, or pull you back down.
Okay.
Hit me, bitch.
I'm probably am. There's a John there.
Mhm.
There's a floor there. I'm missing a leg.
Mhm.
How close is John?
I ate
He's like
them.
leaning over you at this point. Yeah.
I'm going to drag John down to the floor and start pummeling him to death.
All right, give me a. Let's do. All right, you're gonna give me a strength check to see if you can pull him down, and I'm gonna give the best I can at athletic or acrobatics.
Oh God.
Oh
That would
shit.
That would be a 17 plus 5.
So that,
22.
so that beats a 10. As you pull this creature down, or this John down, grab this Goliath. This Goliath is getting pulled down by this tiny female human frame. And by the way, the cat's out of the bag here at this point.
Yeah.
Pulling him down and start wailing on him. But something's weird. As you punch, it doesn't seem to hit or connect with anything. You don't feel the meaty satisfaction that you get when you punch John usually. Or try to punch
Usually.
John.
Hello.
You know, those romantic
That
trysts
meaty
into the
satisfaction.
those romantic events that go on in the background that we never talk about. Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Those few times John got captured by after our night out drinking. Yeah, Aaron. Nothing seems.
So
You don't feel that.
Just was like, is my fist going through him?
Nope. You seem to be stopping right at where it would normally connect, and you see the flesh react, but you don't feel that meaty connection.
So it's basically
Alright.
like a fake punch.
I just don't feel the actual punch.
Mm-hmm. The connection, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna look around again, and this time I want to try and do Arcana instead.
Oh, good. Let's do Arcana check. Okay. All right, you got this. From all those
that's-
lessons you took from Zopip, you got this. Make him proud.
Make me proud.
That's a 12.
Good news. You sense magic all around you, but it's not necessarily just coming from this room, and you realize there's magic in this entire city. So,
Oh my god.
as there are
That's
literally
nice.
magical people walking around your entire castle on a normal basis.
That's nice.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And there's just this. I'm still wailing on them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Looking around, the room seems to stay the same. All
And I
right.
can't grab my last sentinel.
Nope.
It's just-
Okay. So we'll come back here in a second to Aaron beating John to satisfaction. Zopip and Nimi. For those who got that joke, you're welcome.
God.
So
To completion.
yes, Zopip, as you continue to stab this person, Nimian watching with, I assume, horrendous curiosity.
At this point, I don't really care. At this point, I'm like, this is Zopip. He's always he's always sadistic for whatever reason.
That's actually very true.
Pathetic accept.
When Nimian breaks so badly, she just accepts how bad people are. Alright, so, as you, just watch as Zopip continues to stab. Give me a perception check, Zopip and Nimian.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
Also, just saying.
Yes.
Frotogene?
15.
Frotogene, that's how you say it?
Yeah.
Right? Has a passive perception of 21.
I know.
Same.
John is as
Yeah.
good as Zopip's enslaved girlfriend.
She's
15.
thick, though.
Alright, Zopip, what'd you roll?
Hold on.
You rolled crap. Alright, got it.
19 total.
Jesus. The from the days of when he was a terrible fighter with no legs now to basically an invincible ranger. All right, so Nimian and Zopip, as well as Zopip's enslaved girlfriend, and we will never forget this. You lot all notice the man starts to swallow hard suddenly as Zopip continues to stab him.
Well, he's dead.
Kinky.
No, not swallow hard in that sense. He seems to move his mouth and then swallow hard immediately.
I cut his throat.
So you're gonna cut through your girlfriend's hand?
Look, her hand isn't that big, okay?
It's
Doesn't
well,
cover
this
his
is a
entire
tiny throat.
I'm trying to reach into this throat, okay? Stop whatever's
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
you're reaching.
Now, Zopip, I'm gonna give you an idea. She's holding this creature up by the neck on the wall. You're short,
Oh god.
so the only way you're gonna get up to this thing's neck is if
He's
you
a
literally
get over.
teleport to go get this down, go get a ladder, bring it back, set it down, put it out, step up it one at a time, and then stab into the throat.
Or he can roll
Fucking
an
lower him, Frotogene.
he can use an athletics check and see if he can jump up there. And
Yeah,
steal
you
the
know what,
gun.
Zopip?
please roll an athletics check.
Zopip, use that.
please.
Use that athletics.
I'm telling Frodogene to lower him.
Okay. She nods,
His
pulls
pet-
down.
Zilpip isn't as stupid as
Boring.
all of
Zilpip, as she lowers him down, you notice that also the thing's pants fall down, and you recognize the parts very well.
Do they look
Ah,
like mine?
that is a Flongle.
It looks familiar, Zilpip. It looks like something you've seen in the mirror before.
I'm gonna give a subtle little wink to Frodogene and be like, "Yeah, you know it." And then I'm gonna slice this guy like right under the throat, like like in between the collarbone, and
Okay.
try to stop whatever this shit is that's going down.
Fuck you, dice. I need new dice. As you manage to stab into the throat and pull out, you manage to catch the pill as it
never
half
pulls out.
dissolves.
Pull out game strong. Looking at you, girl.
All right, the entire cave explodes. Zilpip, you take 200 points of explosive damage. Fucking guy started this. Why did I do that to myself? All right.
Because you wanted satisfaction and you got the short end of it.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
someone else. Oh, fuck you on the Zilpip joke. God
He's
damn
at
it,
the front
Fuka.
of the train. He's the one at the front of the train.
Fuck you. Oh, damn
We
it.
love EDM.
That's what you get.
All
Love
right.
you.
It just suddenly
Back to
reminds me of the
basket.
rest of the story that how many more of these things I have to throw at you. Let's see Zilpip beat a horde of 200 of these things. How about it, Zilpip? Let's have some real fun here tonight. All right.
Yeah, feed me XP. Do it.
Meanwhile, while Aaron is still dying, by the way, for all those wondering, John is nowhere to be seen, and Nimian is just watching this horrendousness.
It's just a flesh wound, DM. It's just a
I-
flesh wound.
Was honestly
It's a
trying to
shitty
get help
wound.
from Zilpip.
Alright, so Zilpip, as you manage to stab into this thing, you notice that the pill that comes out of it is an actual, like, full-on, looks to be what would be identified as an actual pill, has what looks to be little white balls inside of it. You notice the pill has started... Are we done?
What?
Fuck you,
Yeah.
whoever laughed. It looks like some of the outcase in the pill has dissolved a little bit as it was going down his throat, and some of the beads seem to have popped out. So you assume you only have a few minutes, but he's gonna die very painfully. Now, well, that and with the throat being cut as he's bleeding out.
Shove the rest of that pill into my bag of holding to analyze later,
Okay.
because that'll be useful. And what do I want this guy for?
I don't know, but he's bleeding out slowly.
You're right. I have one enslaved. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna kill this guy. Just end him.
Thank you, because he was gonna just sit there and bleed while your
Or they could
demon
just let
held
him
her.
bleed out to die.
No, you don't want to give him a chance to kill you.
True.
As you continue
Enslave him,
stabbing
then
him,
leave him to die.
as you continue to stab him, finally finishing it off, he finally perishes, dropping to the ground. You notice, just out of the slight of your eye, that one of his fangs seems to have been broken off. You assume that's probably where the pill came from. And the other one's just standing there watching this because he hasn't been uttered a command, so he can't do anything else. Yeah. And now you guys are no longer in initiative. That's fucking another... God damn it.
Excuse me, I'm still beating the shit out of
Oh, I
Franz.
know. Don't worry, Aaron. We're coming to you.
I'm
Okay.
So now Nimian, you and the enslaved Rakshasa are just standing together. Although the Rakshasa has transformed into a different form. He now appears as a mountain dwarf.
I'm gonna look over
So-
to my my newfound Rakshasa friend, and I'm gonna ask him. So you ready to go to hell and kill your buddies?
He just looks at you kind of confused for a second.
He's asking if you want to die.
Incorrect.
Oh joy.
Look. Zilpip's a smart dude. He knows how Rakshasas work. Okay?
He's never
Like,
seen a Rakshasa before or heard of them.
Right?
They don't
Like,
exist
what?
in the world other than in very old holy books. That's the only reason John was able to find out what these were.
Really?
Uh-huh.
All right.
To give you an idea, for a general idea of the lore, because this doesn't apply to the characters, and they won't metagame on this, as they've learned not to, the Rakshasa of this world disappeared before the Age of Chaos began. So they are very minutely mentioned in holy books, and the only reason John was able to skew that is because his religion is fucking just as high as his stealth.
Okay. Well,
Hell
that's
yeah.
interesting.
Negative 5.
Aaron's dying in the background. You just hear coughing, crying, and the pain, and smell shit sticks coming from off in the distance, and you know it's Aaron dying.
I'm going to
Well,
beat the shit.
Zilpip at least knows devils, and he knows they
Yes.
can't truly be killed unless they're killed in hell,
That's true.
which is easiest to do when they're regenerating in hell.
Mm-hmm.
And see, Zilpip traveling to hell to kill a couple regenerating Rakshasas, that would be hard.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a lot of fucking work. But a Rakshasa going back to hell wouldn't get a second look. And Rakshasas are fucking assassins if I've ever seen one. What they're meant for.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
So,
Zilpip's
feel
just
that-
mentally going through
Mhm.
all of this in his head. It's like a
Yeah,
Sherlock
no,
Holmes moment.
I'm
So
just
I just.
explaining this to you guys so you understand what's happening, as well as you.
Okay.
Poor Nimian's just
I'm,
watching as Zilpip's recounting all of his money, and this creature's just standing here staring at him with utter
So-
terror in his eyes.
So I try to conversate with the Rakshasa before he's ultimately dead, asking him why he's here.
He won't answer. He can't talk right now.
Oh.
that kind of
Ah.
wraith kind of makes it so he
Does-
can't do anything he's not ordered.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Which is a pretty
Uh,
well known fact that Zilpip holds as an item like that. So
Well,
All
you're
right.
dead.
in fact, I mean, Zilpip is probably one of the few people who are respected and honored in the Hobgoblin lands for his enslaving ability. He's considered a true mentor to all his slavers.
Indeed.
Hey.
What's your name, Rakshasa? Speak.
It looks to you for a second, and it's trying to resist. And you can see its mouth opening. Do you speak Infernal?
I do not, but Phrodogene does.
Fuck yeah, damn it. I should never let you have that goddamn creature.
Look, that was. I put my ass on the line for that fucking spell to summon her.
Okay.
He put his ass in the line.
Yep.
Literally.
It speaks
goodness.
for a second. And speaks in Infernal, which Frodian roughly translates as Kravyads.
Kraviats.
Kravyads.
Krav
Alright,
Kravyads.
Crackbacks, here's the deal. Here's what's gonna go down, right?
It glares at you as you keep mispronouncing its name.
Caveat.
And Frodian just kind of nods along with the understanding of this poor Rakshasa. Poor Nimian just watching this entire thing.
Crap
Here's
red moon.
what's gonna go down. You're going back to hell today. You are going to find your regenerating friends, and you're going to kill them, so they don't come back and fucking haunt me and shit.
It laughs.
No, that's a death wish.
It is not a death wish because a devil in hell is going to get 0 second glances.
It just continues to laugh at you, Zilpip. It looks like it wants to speak, but of course it can't, so.
Speak, motherfucker!
Do you
It-
speak Elvish?
It looks at you and smiles and says, "You misunderstand our own backgrounds. We are not like the creatures of this world. We come from our own island, where we are born from the mountains itself and the fiery pits of its hell, the domains below what anything you could understand or your gods. When we die, we may be reborn, but to kill one another, it goes against everything we are. We cannot kill each other."
Well, it seems you have to, because I got this pretty little necklace for you.
It smiles
And
and
you wouldn't want to offend me by turning down my necklace. It's a pretty necklace. You like pretty, right, Kraviat?
It's not a whore,
Winky.
teacher.
It laughs at you, Zopip, and says, "We've already taken one thing as precious from you. You can kill me now if you like. I don't care. I am the weakest of my kind. You."
Yeah, fucking obviously.
It looks at you kind of insulted for a second. Hey, I almost killed your friend over there. It breaks complete seriousness and points at Nimian.
I know.
If
I
you're
know,
gonna
and we're all very
self-deprecate,
proud.
self-deprecate of shit.
We're
It's-
all
Looks to
incredibly
Zopip and
proud of you.
smiles and says, "We've already killed one of your companions. They've already been taken back to our homeland. As far as I'm concerned, you kill me now, it doesn't matter. Those I'm in service to, I've already served their requirements."
All right, you're done talking.
It
And,
goes into the middle of a sentence and it stops. It's glaring at Zopip.
Shit. Well, this motherfucker is the key to that island, so
Expedition, I guess.
Yeah,
Road trip.
You rescue
Yeah, but first-
Aaron.
shit. I'm gonna go back to John's office.
John is
with
not
my
there.
pets.
Uh-huh.
And cause I saw the chair door.
Yeah, the
like,
chair hole is gone.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have Protogene jump down and then catch me when I jump down.
I assume Nimian, you're following Zopip at this point for protection.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. After watching the show, watching this thing take on two of them when you almost died to one. All right. So as you jump down into the hole after him, you can clearly see John's footprints in the well-placed mud that's been in this little tunnel, as it's not designed as eloquently.
All right. I'm just gonna follow those prints. Try to find where
I
my buddy
wasn't
went.
actually
You
stealthing.
weren't
I
you
was
weren't
escaping.
stealthing until you got out. Yeah, that's what
Yep.
I'm going to. As time goes on, Aaron, you continue in your fitted dreams of beating John, who then turns to Zopip, then turns to Nimian, then turns to Kilxius, and continues the cycle through as you just continue to punch nothing, angrily.
Angry boy.
You, Zopip, Nimian, and John, you manage to finally meet up as John returns back to the hideout entrance, realizing that there was no entrance to Zopip's muddy mountain. Zopip, you find John's stealthing as Frutogen, God, fuck, I'm doing it. Points to where John is walking up from. And just as John arrives, I assume, John, you stop stealthing as you see it's Zopip, Nimian, and a giant blue gnome. Looks like
Yep,
a
I'm
fucking
gonna stop.
Smurf female. She Smurf. Alright.
Yeah.
As you walk up, there stands Zopip and Nimian at the entrance to your little exit.
So, you caught up?
Found what you looking for there, buddy?
Help?
You also suddenly see that there's a rock. There is one of the creatures, being brought up behind Zopip with a collar on it, looking very angry at Zopip, looking like it's plotting his death the entire time, but not doing anything.
That's tame, right?
Yeah.
You see the collar?
Yeah,
fine.
but it might be a fake one or something.
This is
You
Zilpip
never
we're
know.
talking about. This
It's
is
also
Zilpip we're
true.
talking about.
Yeah. So first things first. We got fucking shifters in our town. Now
Secondly, Aaron's dead.
my lovely, beautiful friend over here, she can tell shape changers from, regular ass folk. So we're gonna go around, and we're gonna finish off these motherfuckers. All that are left. All that
Wait, can you
decide-
ask him how many there are?
Oh yeah, hey, Kraviat, motherfucker. How many of you guys came to the city?
It's completely mute as you did not give the command to speak.
Speak.
You're gonna be an asshole about this, aren't you?
Yeah, it looks to you and says, "Well, I would in the city, or would you say in the continent, or would you like to know
I
in
couldn't
our
give
current
two shits about the
presence?"
continent. No. Just the city, bro.
He smiles and, well, let's see. Counting the one, he looks to John, eating your friend currently.
What?
He just continues on casually. My guess is somewhere around 23, maybe 30, maybe
Oh
up to
yeah, so
100.
can you teleport me to where Aaron is?
I only knew of
So-
my unit personally.
So we're just not gonna. We're just gonna ignore the fact that he said he's okay.
It smiles at Nimian.
Yeah, we're ignoring that. All right.
Aaron, you've been left to die. I'm sorry to tell you, your grandmaster does not care anymore. It's at that point Aaron wakes up again from a delusional sleep, realizing she is missing fingers on her left hand. All 4 fingers are gone.
Can I kill this Rakshasa kitty cat person now?
You still see the same thing you saw earlier.
I
John.
want to murder them.
Alright. Well, we'll come back to you while you continue to use your murderous hatred for good things. So Zopip, yes, Nimian and John, what's the plan?
All right. Question,
Answer.
John.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna clean out the city first, or you wanna go to hell?
Considering the fact that Aaron just got stabbed, maybe we should go deal with him. There might be a Raksasha there. Maybe.
Aaron got what?
Stabbed?
Wait, yeah.
Did you not just
Who's-
hear what he
who's
just
get-
said?
Yeah. Kraviat, motherfucker, just said one of our people was getting eaten, and there's only one person not here.
Yeah.
He
my God.
the Rakshasa shakes its head.
Fucking
lie.
speak up.
Technically, there are 2 of your party missing, but we couldn't find the other one. He seems to have vanished. The giant red fellow.
Oh, yeah.
he,
Yeah.
he literally lives to correct Zopip
Right.
now.
Oh, he's long gone.
This creature literally lives to correct Zopip at this point. Be an asshole.
Okay, so Kraviat, tell me something.
Kraviad.
No. You know where Aaron's getting eaten?
I do.
Cool. You ready to go, guys?
Yeah, 1 sec, as I rolled stealth.
God damn it, John.
God
You're
damn it.
literally traveling with a guy who's walking around with a blue gnome, a medium gnome, and a flamethrower on his back, and you really got to stealth at this point.
I need to attack someone with surprise.
He does. That's his whole
Oh
thing.
my God.
Poor Nimian.
It's
You ready,
surprise
Damien?
attack.
Ugh.
I'm being eaten.
Oh, ew, Trent, keep it to yourself.
It's not by
Now I
people
know
this
why
time,
he was
I
able to
swear.
tell me so quickly that Tracy was, you know.
Oh, ew.
What?
Keep it to
Called me an emo.
yourself, Trent.
Good on you, Trend, to be
man.
daring enough to do it during stream. Whatever, man. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
All
I rolled a
right.
23
Alright.
total.
congratulations, John. You're now frozen in time and invisible. Now, just go ahead.
No, that's no, 30 is permanently
I'm
invisible.
joking with you. Go ahead, Zopip.
Kraviat. Listen to
Kraviad.
me very closely. You are going to take us into the exact room that Aaron is in.
It looks to
Okay.
you and waits to see if it can speak or not.
Speak.
I will do as you ask to the place I was told he would be devoured at.
Like a fucking dog.
He glares
Yeah.
at where John should be.
What else
Oh
can he
no,
do?
see, he's a pretty little kitty, and I'll tickle him under the chin.
It glares at Zopip with such hatred that it'll be felt by Zopip's next generation.
All right, let's go.
Alright, as you guys head into the city with this Rakshasa leading you, Ferujin pointing out left and right where other Rakshasa are. However, those seem to completely ignore you lot and not do anything, continuing on about their day-to-day basis.
I just memorized their faces and try to get them arrested next.
Okay.
Are you sure?
As you head towards head in direction towards the center of town where the main
Stealthily,
castle is.
obviously.
You enter into the gates. The castle opens to find the guards completely slaughtered inside and dead, yet again, for the
Ah.
third
How
time.
many times has it
We
been?
need
I'm
new
gone for
guards.
a fucking year and a half. How does this happen?
Health insurance
Uh,
in this city has gone up yet again.
Jeez. This is
Uh,
just
What's the
something
home
that you have to
insurance in
deal
the
with.
city?
As
We
you
are
head
not paying these guards enough.
as
No,
you head
no.
down into the dungeons, deep below the cell, you've come to a room you really remember fairly well. A giant teleportation circle with what looks to be a skeleton version of the wizard you remember from so long ago.
Ah,
Jeez.
fucking memories, dude.
Did he get eaten or did he
He
starve to
just
death?
died.
He's just a skeleton
That.
sitting there in his chair. And as you guys
I'm
walk
gonna
up, he stands up and says, "Hi, how's everything?"
Jesus
Oh.
fucking Christ.
Who reanimated a corpse again?
I am not reanimated, thank you very much. And he pulls out a vial. I have this special life essence I've learned the trick of thanks to.
God damn it, he's a.
You got a problem with it? Do you know that you lot almost cost me my life? I lost my previous employer, and you guys haven't paid me a damn dime since I showed up here. I died of starvation years ago.
Can I just
Okay.
kick the bones and just make them crumble?
Glares at you as you kick the bone. Doesn't seem to budge.
Well,
Aw.
that's not very kind.
We need him.
Ugh.
Yeah, we're chill. We're chilling. All right, we'll pay you.
It's about
Like-
damn time. You owe me thousands of gold pieces and back pay.
You know, he
know-
could have
he's
gone
a
up.
nagger.
No,
He could have gone
Fucking
up the
ass.
stairs and told us that, you know?
He points to what looks like a giant thing of giant black rocks. That's where the inner wall is marked at. He says, "Someone decided to as I was moving those rocks, suddenly they turned into this weird black rock material that is immovable, unbreakable, and I couldn't get past it. I don't know what it is, but I have a guess that it's some sort of tungsten.
Oh yeah.
There's no
I'll-
other
I'll-
way out
I'll
of this
actually
room." And he
tell
points
you
to the
things if you want to go back to my lab when all this shit's said and done.
I am good, thank you very much. And he points to the back. I had to eat those prisoners alive. Do you know how bad they tasted?
Probably
Gee,
pretty bad.
please tell us.
He looks at the young lady and says, "And by the way, I am so happy your friend is getting eaten right now because you are a major bastard." And he's glaring at Nimian. "I have never seen such a bad harlot in my life."
Ah,
All
really
right. Hey,
Tend to just.
no wonder your bones are disgusting to gnaw on.
Says the ugly fish woman.
okay,
Aw.
we're done talking. All right, we'll pay
I'm
you
being
2,000 gold.
Aaron's gone being eaten.
Get out of my way. We're
Hey,
on
look.
a mission.
He looks to you and says, "Like you can do anything. I don't even know where those damn Rakshasa went. There was like 12 of them.
How the fuck do you
How
know?
do you know?
Because I traveled the world as a young man. I used to go on adventures with Venzoran. I've seen these.
No, what?
No. How do you know they're attacking?
How do? Because I can hear it. Do you not realize I have eyes and ears all over the city since I became a lich? I have more power than your little friend there."
Ooh, that's
Oh
a change.
shit.
And then the silence falls over the crowd. Wait for my
being
response.
So, who wants bets that Zilpip's lover here can kill him?
Yeah, don't worry, Aaron's missing a hand. By the way, her left hand's gone now.
Right hand.
No, the right hand's
500
still
gold
there.
Zilpip-
Oh
Kravia.
damn.
500 gold Zilpip win.
Bring us to our friend,
Who are you talking to?
Kraviat.
Okay. He looks to you and says, and just tries to waits to speak.
You're not gonna speak. Just bring us there.
He waits to speak, standing there.
Okay. Speak.
He looks to you and says, "This is where I was told he'd be eaten.
Oh.
I have
God
no
damn it.
This wasn't my squad. My job was to get rid of," and he points to Nimian. And my group
What?
leader was the one who was supposed to get rid of the one known as John, and then my son was supposed to kill you, which obviously he failed.
Oh yeah,
Oh
he-
yeah. Motherfucker squealed when he died.
Wait.
Ah, well, he shakes his head.
Hmm.
Well, don't worry, Aaron. We know. You know, it's the first time you've ever had any sort of experience in that way.
Okay. Hold up.
What is Aaron's daily duties as a marshal?
I mean, usually he's in his room working on going through paperwork and or in the
Not you. I'm asking Zilpip if he knows. Yes, I know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Zilpip's never in town. He wouldn't know
Zilpip
anything.
doesn't know or care what Aaron does. You know what?
Okay.
I'm just gonna fucking scry on him.
Okay.
why didn't you do it in the first place?
Because I thought my fucking useless ass demon pet could bring me to him.
Fair enough.
Demon
fucking
are you talking about exactly?
You know, at this
I
point,
don't
all
wanna
three of
burn
this.
a 5th level spell here, but I guess I fucking will.
I'm being eaten by chickens.
God damn it,
You'll be
Trun.
fine. You're only a little bit.
You only lost an arm and a leg. It's okay. No,
I will
a hand and a
eat
leg.
you next, Fuka.
What the hell did you do? to
that
have-
that sounds
Thanks.
gay, Tren.
It's only gay if I'm not wearing socks.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm scrying on him.
Okay. Do you even
You
have
can
that spell?
Make a I do. You can make a wisdom saving throw.
I don't see it.
Trent.
You where's
No,
that spell?
I'm not making a wisdom saving throw.
I'm pretty sure he's technically still unconscious, so
Yeah, he's
so
completely
got,
don't
unconscious.
they?
You don't have
some-
scrying. I'm looking at your character sheet right now. Zilpip doesn't have the spell scrying.
Does he have the magical
Is
item that lets him scry?
Oh. It might not be prepared. I know I have the spell
Oh God.
prepared.
Yeah. I mean,
Do
I'm
we
not
have
seeing
a
it in your
scroll of
spell
scrying?
list.
Do we have a scroll of scrying?
Alright. Well,
You don't.
Really?
let me check
So-
something.
He's gonna see if his demon pets have anything like that.
That's exactly what I'm seeing.
God.
They do not.
I'm
Okay.
being.
Tren, we
hey,
know.
Wizard,
He looks at you and says, "Yes."
how much gold for you to scry on somebody for me?
Oh God.
He looks to you, kind of contemplates for a second as he rubs his bony chin and says, "If I can hit the fish woman once, I'll do it for free."
Oh my God! Don't you're gonna
Do it.
accept it, aren't you? You're gonna
Deal.
fucking.
He just walks up and outright backhands the Nimian. Says, "And just like my wife, you take 4 points of damage."
You know, I've heard that bones really do what is it? Degrade due to water. Let's see if that's true.
Hey,
He smiles
hey,
and looks at you and
Hey,
says,
no,
"You
shut-
don't compliment me,
No.
dear. I don't want to have to bone you." All right, and moves
Ooh.
on, and he pulls out a
Oh,
crystal
hell
ball.
no! That's fucking war right there.
this
I
actually-
throw a firebolt at this fucker.
No,
You're not.
You're
I
not.
Yes,
Counter
I
spell that.
am. How
Oh, so
dare you?
Pep counters.
No,
He got
no,
it.
no.
He does. He did.
How fucking dare you?
He'll do
We,
it again.
we need him. We need him.
Don't give a fuck.
I will eat you first.
Simeon,
Griffin.
I will actually kill you. Okay?
Do it then. This is fucking war. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I did say that character.
All
I'm
right.
going to eat
As he
you.
pulls out a crystal ball, he sets it down. He looks at Zilpip and says, "So, what am I looking for?"
You are scrying on Aaron. He was with us when we came into the city the first time. I guess.
Ah,
if
the
you
pretty
haven't
boy.
seen
Got
us,
it.
then-
And
yeah,
he just
he's
completely
lovely.
ignores Zilpip and starts kind of rubbing the ball very awkwardly. You realize this isn't at all part of the spell as he's just rubbing this ball. Lights
Someone
start
is
flashing
desperate.
from it. A middle finger pops up at Nimian. Suddenly, the ball of light shows up and it shows Nimian in the back alley with some poor whore, some really cheap whore, male whore. Oh, sorry, that's not part of this.
Oh, you're scrying on my life now? That's very desperate of you.
Wrong spell, bro.
He says, "Well,
I know that one.
that
Wrong
one, that one's diseased. I'd avoid it if I were you." As he continues to rub it, and you suddenly see Aaron sitting on what looks to be a table made of iron, missing a leg and a hand, with 3 Rakshasas in full-on golden plate, gemstones, decked out in the most bejeweled armor you've ever seen, probably worth millions of gold pieces alone. Snacking on a piece with fine dining accessories.
Tableware.
Thank you. Forks and knives made of almost what looks to be diamond themselves, and some bright red wood, as they're just chewing on what looks to be a chunk of his hand. One seems to be chewing on a leg. The other seems to slowly be sawing off the forearm.
Alright. So where is he?
Man looks to the Lich looks to you and says, well,
If
I
you
don't
say he's in the
know.
lane- Oh dear.
He looks down at the ball, looks back up a little bit, and says, I'll be honest here. As he kind of widens the picture out, and you start to see the city made of gold and everything that you saw earlier, that one Rakshasa was trying to plane shift to. I've never been here.
Hey, Kravyak, come here.
He
Take a
walks
look.
towards you. He looks
Take a look.
down at the ball and looks back
Alright.
at you.
Zoom back in on the room.
Lich kind of
Please.
nods and does such.
You take us to that room. I saw your son cast a plane shift to there. You're gonna take us there too.
I cannot.
You will.
I'm out of
Why can you
spells.
not?
Oh.
Oh shit. Alright. Uno momento. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
God.
And I will yeah. Fuck it. I'm teleporting back to
Mhm.
my lair,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go to the little pile of dead ooze that was this guy's son.
Mm-hmm.
Drink
And
it.
The
I'm gonna
ring's
take
not there.
the ring. Rings don't disappear when
You're right.
devils do.
Oh, for
Your
fuck's
alarms
sake.
have been going off for the entire time.
For fuck's sake. Alright,
Evidence retrieval.
hold up, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go around the rest of my lab.
Okay.
Are my students alive?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, why are you doing nothing?
One of them looks to you and says, "You ordered us never to leave this room and stop casting. What do you expect? We don't want to die."
Oh, God.
As Zopip dawns on him that he's scarier than whatever demon was standing out in the front entrance. I've been preparing to fuck with Wolf for the entire time this campaign's been on hiatus.
Zilpip grows a tiny erection.
Oh, my God.
The students don't seem shocked.
I am okay. I'm taking the entire stock of bombs that I have built up.
Alright.
Wait. What about that plan?
He's gonna bomb you guys out of existence in hopes to pop
No.
there.
This is gonna be the bombing of Hiroshima.
Pretty much, actually.
And
I like the sound of that.
Alright.
Fucking racist.
Fuka, you're
Wait.
next.
Well, right now, I'm gonna take my dragon with me.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave the chaos creature.
Okay.
Leave Mini Greg and leave my pug.
The pug hasn't moved from his very nicely designed chair.
Oh yeah.
She
That
turned
pug
into a
has, like, pair
chonker
of
after her
hands
retired.
back, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
At this
And,
point, I'm surprised the pug didn't even retire yet.
It has. Zopip doesn't take it
has.
anywhere. Yeah, it just lives in
Yeah.
luxury. Go ahead.
It's a
Chilling.
chonk.
And yeah, I'm gonna go back
Mhm.
where they were.
You catch Zop,
Well,
or you catch Nimian and the bag of bones yelling at each other continuously as John's just sitting there annoyed.
Unresolved sexual tension.
All right. Here's the deal.
Ugh.
I can try to teleport us there.
Try.
But you don't know where that is.
The lich starts to laugh and says, "Yeah, that worked out well the last time."
Yeah, look. Trust me. I know how teleportation works, and I know
I'm scared
that I
on
know
that
the
tone.
place very well.
I'm scared on that statement.
I trust him.
I can either try to teleport us there now, or we can wait and rest and see if Aaron's alive tomorrow.
No,
As you
Or-
look down at the
that.
orb, you can see Aaron's like limb is being chopped off like a butcher's knife.
Yeah, no,
Or
he's dead.
we
Not
can
gonna survive.
ask the Rakshasha what's this location.
Look, he knows where it is. He knows how to get there. He can get us there tomorrow.
No. You can ask him what the place is. We can teleport there and
Poor
save
Aaron.
them.
It can't. It has no
It
spells.
can't. It has no spells.
No. Tell us the location. Probably your lover or servant or whatever she is to you. Has enough magic for us to teleport there.
She doesn't, dude. She can't teleport.
Well, she's dead.
Yo,
Yeah.
what?
Aaron, he's referring to.
Oh, I was gonna say that's my fucking girl.
You're enslaved, girl.
Even
Good
her words
fucking
See-
god.
love me.
See, in wolf size, that's the best kind.
Says the guy who's being eaten by 3 Rakshasa
I'm
nobility.
being
And not even
eaten
a sexual
alive.
way either. Just like
No,
pure
you're being
cannibalism.
chopped up and eaten at their leisure. And you can still
Yeah.
see it and by the looks of it, as you guys are looking at the crystal ball that's still scrying on Aaron, it looks like she's trying to punch something in the air, but not very well as she's kind of strapped down. It looks like she's physically punching something in a dream.
Well,
DM,
All right.
can I
she's
try
Okay.
and wake up?
Okay.
All right, yeah, sure, Aaron. I'll give you a chance to wake up. Let's see if you
Don't
can in the
do
middle
it.
of
You're
this
gonna
scrying.
get into shock.
Yeah, please don't.
No, oh, Aaron, give me a wisdom saving throw.
I
Oh
want to
God.
beat the fuck out of them.
I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
you can fucking do that.
I
Good
can't, but I
luck.
want to beat the fuck out of them.
Uh-huh. Beat him up with his bloody limb or limbs.
That's right. All right. So
Wisdom.
I got a wisdom saving throw, or
Correct.
just wisdom?
Yeah, savings for.
Okay, so that's 20 in total.
Well,
As you guys are standing around, kind of debating on what to do at this point, and Zilpip trying to explain the idea of waiting a day and hoping that they just get bored of eating Aaron,
I mean, I have an idea. But
you
go
suddenly
on.
see Aaron eyes open up
Yeah,
out
we're
of the corner of your
going
eye,
in.
and
Oh,
We're going in.
a loud scream of utter bloody pain is heard as Aaron suddenly feels all of the pain of his forearm literally being chopped off like a butcher, and Aaron passes out in shock.
God damn it.
Ah.
Yeah, no, we're going in now.
Aaron is now
Okay.
bleeding out.
I'm staring at the wizard ball.
Uh-huh. The crystal
Zoom
ball.
out.
He looks at you and says,
Yeah.
"All right, got it." And he, like a smart device, starts to tag his fingers, zooming out.
All right, more.
Okay. And continues to do it, and now you
And
just see the
I'm-
island.
I'm just gonna have him. I'm gonna have him zoom out to the entire fucking world. So
looks
I
at
can
you and
see
says,
where this
That's a
fucking
lot
shit
of
is.
magic. You request a lot for the. And he starts. He
Well,
you
zooms all
did
the way
say
out,
Do this for free.
and
We
now you
paid
see
our
the.
price.
You see the entire world map, and it looks nothing like the map you have, Zilpip.
God damn it, it's a different fucking planet.
No,
Okay.
you see the island or the Dwarven Empire you know of, the Holy Dwarven Empire. You see the High Elf Emporium lands. You see the normal land masses, but you see one massive piece of land past the Orcish lands, and a bunch of islands down to the south, which you remember
Oh,
from
the
your
new
studies. And the Isle of Man was the only island in the entirety of the map, and now there's a bunch.
That's the
Alright,
new world, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know where it is now.
You
Who's
sure?
ready for a field trip?
Me.
The Lich
Right.
raises his hand.
You want to come with us?
I mean, it gives me something better to do than, sit here and wait for the rest of those things to kill everyone here.
All right, cool. I'm going to take out some chalk.
hmm
and
There's
make a
already a
star.
teleportation circle drawn on the floor.
Yeah, but this is a teleportation circle to that place,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start drawing.
All right.
This
And
is happening.
what level are you gonna cast this at?
No.
Uh,
1 second.
I mean,
No worries.
it's a 5th level spell. I'm casting it at 5.
Okay. That
And before only 6 and higher works.
All right. Give me a d20 roll. Zopip.
Plus what?
Nothing. Just a d20.
16.
All right. And suddenly, you guys, standing in the circle, the light vanishes for a second, or like brightens and then disappears as you guys suddenly find yourselves in the middle of the jungle, standing somewhere you've never been before.
Well, fuck.
The
This
smell.
is not where I wanted to go.
The
Well, we
Rakshasa.
have enough chalk for this
Zopip,
shit.
as you look, the Rakshasa looks utterly frightened right now.
Ooh,
Where am I?
spooky.
Speak.
He's now with the ability to speak, he seems speechless as he's in such fear.
You will tell me where I am right now.
These are the islands of those beasts, the consumers of everything.
Orcs.
Your orcs are nothing compared to these monsters. They're immune to magic completely. They
Oh,
eat even
fuck.
my people. If they find us here, he literally walks up to Zopip and not hurts grabs Zopip, but just kind of puts his hand on his shoulders and gets down to look Zopip in the eyes and says, "If you don't teleport us out of here before those things find us, they will kill us all. There's no chance we will live."
So, where's the direction to your island?
You
Do
start to
you-
hear the bushes starting to move and the trees start to shake.
Well, we're
Alright.
fucked.
Hey, Wizard Bro, you want to bring us back to the city?
I mean, I could. Well, why not? And he starts to wave his hands, and you can still hear Aaron on occasion wake up and scream and then pass back out as he still has the orb in his hand. And you guys suddenly find yourself back in the city, but he is not with you, the Lich.
Yep, he conned you.
Corey fucked up his teleportation circle again.
Yeah, or that.
Definitely that.
Again!
I'm willing to hedge my bet on that
Aaron,
one.
as you wake up, you suddenly see a bony Lich standing in front of you for a second as you go pass out from shock again. From pain. The man looks very confused in the crystal ball. Zopip, the ball is with you, as you can see literally standing in front of these 3 Rakshasa.
Oh shit! I was
Yeah, he's
watching
looking
this.
very confused, like, oh fuck, what did I do?
I'm gonna yell at the ball because I know it won't do anything, but I'm just like yelling at a TV right now, like fucking bring him with you.
He looks utterly confused. As you see, he grabs Aaron as the golden Rakshasa stand up to pulling their knives and utensils out to go after him. He looks at you and says, "Nice to meet you." And teleports out again, and he's gone.
Well,
Fucked up his teleport so bad.
Aaron,
I think it's more like yes.
and thank you all for watching this session. We will come back next time for this, where the party will figure out or play the game of where in the world is Aaron Katiaki.
Ay,
And
ay.
the Lich formerly known as the man who boned Nimian. Thank you all for watching this session. I hope you enjoyed. We will see you next time. On Saturday. Fuck, I can't even talk.